Hello, everybody. My mic was turned off for just a second there. Welcome to WASD 20. Here we are, live for Icewind Dale Rime Reason. This is Session 8, The Unseen. And we're excited to be here streaming with you once again. Guys, how you doing tonight?
Doing well.
Great.
Good.
Right? Yeah, man.
Ready to escape from the troubles of this world for the even perhaps more serious and awful and painful troubles of another?
Why not?
Good. It's been quite a week, so we need some D&D. Good. I hope everyone's having a great night. Thanks so much for joining us, y'all in the chat. Thank you also to our sponsor, Hero Forge, for supporting the stream here. Hero Forge is awesome. They're, if you don't know, it's a tool for so many great things, such as custom 3D printed miniatures. You can go in their character builder. You can design your own miniatures, specified to your vision for your character. They're adding so many cool items all the time, new weapons and armor and hats and spell effects, and they also have character portrait creators and things like that, token creators like you see on screen here. Can I point in places? I can point there. So definitely go check them out at heroforge.com, and you'll hear a little more from them at the break. So, gentlemen, where last we left off, Caer Konig had been experiencing a series of strange disappearances of items. Unseen thieves have been lifting things here and there. You had heard about this before your trek up to Kelvin's Cairn, and now having survived that, you've decided it's time to deal with another problem. And the town speaker, Trovis, as well as some folk of the Northern Light Inn, have kind of planted that seed in hopes that you would take on that quest, and you have decided to do so. Last time, some footprints were found outside Frozen Far expeditions leading out into the White Waste to the north. And you guys sent Jartha, one of the kind of guides from Frozen Far expeditions, out in search of that because you all were badly injured, needing to recover from the trek up the mountain. So you guys have decided to rest for a couple days here to recover from your 2 levels of exhaustion. In the meantime, Jartha has returned, and she returned after about 12 hours, badly injured, bleeding badly from her leg, and she is now laid up, leg wrapped, chills and fever. She's not doing well. What have you all been up to in this roughly 2-day period around Caer Konig? Why don't we just go around and you can tell us, maybe you can introduce your character a little bit, and then tell us, just remind for our viewers who you're playing, and then also what you've been up to these last 2 days or so as you recover in Caer Konig. So why don't we start with Michael?
Hi guys, I am playing the role of Nikos, the Gratal sorcerer, and over the last few days while we were resting and recuperating from our exhausting journey atop a frozen mountain, Nikos has been trying to, I guess, improve the social standing of the group as heroes who had saved people. He has traveled around from storefront to storefront, hung around in the taverns and stuff like that, started seeding a few rumors about, did you know that there is this, apparently there's this water genasi who has the strength of 10 polar bears, who single-handedly fought off a yeti. Ah, yes, no, I know. And I've heard that there is a goblin who is so swift and so cunning that he blends in with the snow itself. A rather devious but useful ally in the frozen lands. Oh, and did you hear that the what was the forgers, the dwarves and all that,
So yeah,
House of Blades or
dwarves,
something.
the dwarves of the Battlehammer clan. Is that who you're
Yes,
talking about?
yes, the
Yes.
Battlehammer clan. Everyone knows the Battlehammer clan, but I heard that they have recently come across a rather powerful compatriot in the form of the very devoted Grokvar, who apparently single-handedly saved their company from collapse by retrieving an entire supply of iron ingots from the clutches of brigands and other ne'er-do-wells in the lands. Oh, it's you should hear about all these amazing people and all the wondrous things that they do. Um, the reason I'm doing this is because, of course, I'm still trying to purchase equity for compensation from the local tavern, and I'm definitely trying to boost up our rep while I'm doing so.
Chimney.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, so from your perch there on the warm chimney, you probably have observed, gotten to know just kind of the movements of members of the town a little bit more. Generally, you notice that the townsfolk, if you weren't already familiar with this fact, they're a bit of a grumpy lot. They feel a bit forgotten up here in the northern reaches of Ten Towns, this small town. The harbor having frozen. You can see on the map here that Caer Konig is right here, and it used to be much more connected with Caer Dineval and East Haven in particular. East Haven being the larger city, but these days that ice has mostly frozen over, and they're feeling a bit forgotten. Yeah. So, a bit of a chip on their shoulder, you might say, here in Caer Konig. Clay, what is Clay up to?
Clay would have been spending his time sort of feeling antsy, eager to get going, probably pacing a lot, walking around through town, having small talk, a very small talk with whoever he meets. But the majority of his time he would be spending sharpening his axe, but then also using the bear cloak that he got from the Yeti's cave, turning that into some sort of I guess you'd call them like fur bracers to keep his wrists warm, but then also some sort of wrap for his axe handles to mostly just completely out of boredom, but also to sort of like make them look like they mean more business than they do.
Love it. Yeah. I sent some new accessories coming in Hero Forge, guys. Fur wrapped weapon handles. Come on, guys. Make it happen.
There you go.
Yeah. Excellent. Yeah, so you've kind of noticed again, probably more than Nikos has the kind of the cold nature of folk here. But people have started warming up to, I think, Nikos. Maybe Nikos would have found the initial reception a bit, cold and not super welcoming. But you have made a name for yourselves here in Caer Konig, and among most of the folk of the town, they are friendly to you. All right, Grukvar. Alex, what has Grukvar been up to?
Grukvar has been fortunate enough to not be as exhausted as everybody else. So after about one good night of sleep, he was able to maybe stay a little more active and move around maybe more than other people have been able to. One of the things he's been doing is enacting the Blessing of the Forge on his warhammer to sort of prepare himself for what he suspects might be an upcoming battle. Particularly once Jartha came back injured, he knew that that had to be done. And then also, with any other spare time, scraping off and sort of preparing the hide from the Yeti tyke, and asking around with different with the bar staff if there's any furriers around that could kind of help him, give him some guidance. And he's kind of using his guild membership to try and see if he can make those connections to determine exactly what he could make out of this smaller piece of hide.
Yeah, I would say you've probably found a fur trader or perhaps with some experience in taxidermy or tanning or something that could probably do something with that. And so if you guys want to, for this goes for Clay too, if you are looking for that sort of thing, you probably could have found someone to. Well, I guess Clay was kind of doing it himself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I
Yeah.
add
So.
one thing?
Yeah. Sure.
As Fizwick's been perched up on the roof, he's also been watching where his friends have been going, and he's noticed Nikos doing the bolstering of the group, trying to really make us this strong entity. And he tried to pickpocket as many people as he can until he found a gem of just the utmost magnificence for him to adorn on his staff. He, for Grukvar, and both Cly had noticed they were spending time on their weapons, and made a string with some odd-shaped feathers that you think might be from an axe beak at the end of it. And he had presented those to you as little gifts as well, seeing that you guys were working on your crafts and how much they meant to you. And so he wasn't just sitting around eating cheese the whole time. So if they accept the gifts and like them,
I'll accept.
Yeah, Clay doesn't say anything, but his face, like 10% betrays gratitude that he's feeling, and he takes it and he ties it, like he loops it into the bear fur that he's put around it.
Yeah, and being
Nikos
Koenig, go ahead.
I was gonna say Nikos doesn't quite understand sentimental value, so in his head he sort of looks at Fizwick and this gemstone and is wondering why there are some dirty feathers on it. He sees Fizwick's sort of brimming with pride with it, and he will smile and he will say, "Thank you for the gift. It is most generous. I wish I had something to return your sentiments with." He'll consider something else, but for the time being, will place it firmly in his jacket pocket, above where his heart is, just in case that comes up next. Just putting that out there. Someone shoots Nico, that's where it is. Okay, just putting that there.
The feather saved his life.
Sorry, super quick. We lost audio apparently.
I'm sorry. That was my muting myself in OBS, so folks should be able to hear me now. Thank you for yes. I
Okay.
just realized that. So as I was saying, a few seconds ago. The party is now finding themselves in the common room of the Northern Light Inn. And Corey, the owner, has beckoned them over and wishes to discuss the matter of a cut of the profits. That is what we were planning on, was it not, in return for your services in to help the town?
Oh, yep.
Very
yes,
good.
Indeed.
Very good. Well, I have to be completely honest with you. We can make it work, but look around you. It's... the town doesn't have much. So, I just want to prepare you that we will gladly share a cut of the profits with you. But our profits are quite meager, and some days we take a loss. If you do wish, however, we're willing to offer 10% of the profits we make. And if you all stick around and help to bolster the place a bit here and there, make it a bit of an event, your appearance, that would make that sum even greater. As you've, especially you, she points to Nikos, seem to have worked up quite a reputation for yourselves. How does this all sound?
What do you mean by a show?
Well, the townsfolk like you, and if you show up to the tavern, and or show up to the common room here, and it will draw a crowd if we spread the word that you are here. It's already been drawing more business than in previous weeks, these past couple days.
Are you speaking about some kind of like a meet and greet?
Well, no, it doesn't have to be anything formal, but
Shake some hands, perhaps?
yes, I think that would certainly do the trick. You know, be friendly and perhaps a drinking game here or there, perhaps a bit of storytelling. You in particular, Nikos, seem quite skilled in storytelling. So these sorts of things will help keep business strong. Does that make sense?
I can try.
Yes. Well, this of course sounds wonderful. But 10% seems, well, I'm a bit meager for meager's sake. Perhaps if we throw in again free accommodation and food and beverage while we are, of course, staying in this fine establishment, I think this could be a suitable arrangement.
And her sister kind of comes out carrying some plates of food and says, "Oh, are you discussing? Yes. Did you tell them about the 15%?" And her sister quickly yes, 15%. Yes, that's what. That does sound more fair. I'm sorry. She's blushing, and says, 15% and free room and board, as long as you don't drink us out of stock. I mean, a few flagons of ale per night.
Fizwick
think we can arrange.
Fizwick grabs this little stone to try to talk to Nikos in his head and says, "Hey man, she was gonna screw us a little bit, so I say we do it for 20%. She still gets what she wants, and she wasn't necessarily being fair here either, so just gets behind.
I have an idea on that, which good thinking. Nikos turns and has a look at the drink, and he says, "You know, every good establishment needs something that will draw a crowd, especially when we are not here. 15% in the room and board sounds fine, and limitations on fair food and beverages also. But I will also request another thing. This tavern will now be known for a signature drink, something that will be made only here by the staff at the Northern Lights. I would like to call it the Lime or Reason. It is a cocktail that I have made during our during our escapade, and yes, we will be taking 100% of the profits from any sales of this drink in addition to
Does
the
it just
15%.
taste like melted snow and blood?
Look, it's trying to attract a different type of clientele. Just putting that out there. But basically, it'll be vodka on the rocks with a twist of lime and some blue curacao.
Okay. Yeah, I imagine that there is some kind of hard liquor here that would be akin to vodka, and I think that yeah, so out of character, maybe not vodka, but yes, something similar,
Yeah,
certainly, and she kind of scratches her head and says, "Well, I suppose that will do. I'm simple folk here. They like their dwarven ale, but it's worth a try."
Fizwick rubs his stone and says, "Oh man, I thought 5% was gonna be good, and you set us up a residual income."
Yep.
Yep.
Clay turns to her and just asks if he can have an ale.
Well, it's a mite early, but I suppose it's never too early. It'll warm you up for the day. And she slides one your way. Got a couple ready to go. One guy heavily drinking is already kind of slumped over at the bar here at like 10 in the morning.
Is he a silver dragonborn by any chance?
No, you don't see Trovis here quite yet. The town speaker. Yeah, so yes, the drink, the matter of the drink. We'll try to work something out in terms of a recipe for that. I think we can come up with something. Next time
Also,
you're
it should
here,
be
come
served
back.
on fire.
Oh,
Yes.
interesting. All right. Well, next time you're here, come back and we'll have you sample a few things. And I don't quite trust my own palate when it comes to something that refined.
Very well. I look forward to seeing what you and your staff will come up with.
I want to know where they're going to get citrus fruit in the frozen wasteland.
Maybe there's something they can squeeze out of a knucklehead trout, and it has some kind of, spicy or citrus
Sour,
taste to it.
yeah.
Yeah, sour taste. Who knows?
The spleen of a sourhead trout is nearly lime.
Thus, D&D MSG was invented.
Cool. So basically, just so you guys know, out of character here, the way that we'll do the business thing is there will be, in the DMG, there's some stuff on running a business. There's definitely a chance when we roll on a chart. I think it's DMG page 2. I'll look it up later and message it to you guys. But at the end of every 10-day, and we could just say a week, because for example, it's probably been, we haven't even passed that much time in this game yet. I don't think we've passed a single 10-day. Well, maybe now we have with the 2 days rest. But you will be able to roll on this table, and we'll be able to figure out how much profit there was, if any. And it will certainly help on those days. I'll give you an increased bonus to the roll. It's a D100 chart, and depending on how you perform in terms of the word being spread that you're in town, telling stories, arm wrestling, drinking games, whatever you might do here, could increase that and add a bonus to that roll.
Like, we're really selling drinks? This is really happening?
Yeah. So.
Well, that's awesome. Michael, you're a genius.
We need to find somebody to design the bottle labels and
That was great.
Yes, we
Oh
will
yeah,
need
yeah.
that.
We're gonna create a
Handle
glasswork
distribution.
industry. Yeah, we're because the thing is Gruck. So here's the next step of our 3-phase plan. Is Gruck Farm knows people, craftsmen and tradies who can help us actually build up a glasswork to not only build bottles for our thing, but to also start an industry up here as well.
Wait, hold on, I'm going to copyright.com to make sure nobody. Okay.
and put all of the poor taverns out of business.
Yeah, I think we're definitely going to need a logo, and we'll have to get the local sign maker on it to have a
Pint comes
now
with a
serving
set of dice.
Rime and Reason.
Yes. Now enjoy.
Yeah, I love it. Cool. Okay. So she says, "Well, we thank you kindly. We're hopeful that this will be a profitable venture for all involved." Very good. And at that, you see Trovis burst through the door. Oh, just the folk I wanted to see.
Fizwick
And he-
immediately tries to bolt and hide for the nearest corner that he can find.
You easily make it. He's not as agile as you.
Clay like lifts his glass to take a drink, and as he comes in, just sort of slowly with the glass up, turns and
Yeah.
turns to do what he's doing.
He says, "Have you had the chance to speak with Jartha yet? She seems to be a little bit better. It might be good to tell her about what she saw before you take off.
Yes.
Have her tell you.
Well, we were just about to conclude some business here before we went and spoke with her. Have you heard any new news?
No, nothing new. Just folk murmuring, mumbling. But your presence here has made a difference already. I'm thankful for that.
Fizwick sharded a little when he ran, and he's been eating cheese all night, and you guys are just now smelling that.
Why does it smell any different than you normally do?
My God, you all need a bath or something, or just go out there in the snow for a while.
Like a dog with his butt on the carpet.
Yes, just roll around in the snow, all of you. Ugh.
I'll create. You remember how I created the little fire in my hand for like warmth? I'll use it to just burn some of the methane out of the air.
Light a match.
Yes, light a match.
Nice. Yeah, he's
Watch your eyebrows.
kind
I
of
don't
gives
have
you
eyebrows.
a funny look. Neither do I, he says. Feels warm too. Nice. Much better. Well, anyway, just wanted to wish you luck before you head out there and recommend you see Jartha. And he catches the eye of a local townsperson and says, Jagon! And he walks over to another table.
Mental note: ask about Jagavon later, so that Nate is forced to create an NPC.
I thought you said,
Why, does that name sound made up on the spot or something? I mean,
I thought you said
What's his
Jack
stats
on.
for him?
no, I said Jagon.
yeah.
Jagon.
Jagon. All
Which
right.
is the opposite of jack off.
Yeah, he has a brother.
All right. Unless we want to do anything else, I suppose we should go speak with Jartha and see what beat the living snot out of her.
Where did he say Jartha is?
She is at Frozen Far Expeditions.
Okay.
Well, no, I would say she's probably has like a little, shack near there where she lives. And yeah, so anything else you guys want to do here at the inn?
Clay slams the rest of his ale and stands and says, "Finally, let's go."
Good. So you all march over to her place near Frozen Far Expeditions, and I can go ahead and pull up a map here. There we go. Caer Konig. And see if I can, oh, that's just stretching it. Let's not do that, Nate.
Hold shift.
Thank you. Nope, that still doesn't work.
What? Maybe a
It's
corner.
Google Slides. It's not Photoshop.
There you go.
Anyway,
There we go.
you guys can see that well enough. So I think I don't have the labeled version, but I'm pretty sure you guys are right here. And you are headed up to, I believe, Frozen Far Expeditions might be here. So somewhere in a little house near here, you do find Jartha. She, at a knock, she says, "Come in."
Nate, what's the like the size of this town? Like how far did we just walk, basically? Like
Yeah, I mean, that was literally like a 2-minute walk.
okay.
It's not real big. Yeah. And to walk from end to end of this town is maybe 8 minutes. Like it's real small. Yeah.
Just a couple hundred people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Would you say it's a place where kind of everybody knows everybody, or do they kind of just keep to themselves and they're all just sort of strangers in the same place?
No, I would say everyone knows everyone. And like I said, it's not going to be the warmest, most friendly place, but
Yeah.
people know each other.
Okay.
It's small enough for sure. So Jartha says, please come in. And you would see her laying on a bed, leg bandaged. She seems to be just kind of carving a piece of wood and kind of whittling something.
What has befallen you, Jartha? I thought I told you to keep your wits about you.
My headphones died, so hold on one sec. So much for my new headphones. All right, give me a moment, sorry. The old faithfuls I've had since I was 18, which was 20 years ago. Let's see here. Sorry, guys.
Of these things. What drives this goblin companion to travel with such a rowdy crew of people prone to accidents and danger?
Well, you guys are fun to hang out with. There's good times and fun.
Ah. Well, I appreciate you, Fizwick. You are a most enjoyable traveling companion.
Oh, well, I enjoy everyone else's company too. And occasionally taking a few of your gold that you haven't noticed yet.
What? I take my phone.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. I think for a second the viewers perhaps couldn't hear you either because the way OBS was going. But forget those. Might have to return those headphones. Go back to the old Sony headphones I've had for 20 years. So Jartha has motioned you in. She's whittling a stick, and Grukvar, when you cut out, or when my headphones cut out, you had been asking her what happened and why hadn't you taken more care?
Yeah.
Anything else I missed there other than Nikos talking to Fizwick?
I think that's it.
Okay, cool. So she kind of says, well, the first mistake was not being careful enough to avoid a trap. It looked like a bear trap or something. Got me right on the leg here. Nearly crushed it. Hopefully I can make a recovery. But after that, I saw something large chasing me. It looked like a dwarf and another larger, lumbering figure pulling the dwarf on a sled.
When you say lumbering, I mean just how lumbering. Do you have like water genasi lumbering, or do you have
Like
glances at him sideways and growls.
large, like well, almost twice the size of the dwarf, maybe 3 times, and round.
You mean like a polar bear?
No, it didn't look furry. It was hard to see. It was so dark. But it didn't seem to have a very graceful gait to it, we'll say.
Did you smell anything? Or?
No, just the cold. It was too far away. And they must have heard the trap spring. And I fled on my dogs pulling the sled as quickly as I could. Took them on a little bit of a roundabout route to not lead them back here and to try to lose them.
Are you
And
sure?
it seems to have worked, but I had to cross a couple streams, frozen streams, to try to make sure that I was leaving no tracks.
Are you sure it was a dwarf?
It looked dwarven in size. That's all I can say.
The big creature, was it on 2 legs or 4?
2 legs. Yes. And
Would you feel confident you could mark on a map approximately where this trap was, so we can try and avoid it ourselves?
In fact, I've already done so. And she kind of pulls out a piece of parchment with just kind of a rough drawing that shows the town, Kelvin's Cairn, kind of another set of cliffs off in the distance, and then she kind of says, "It was right here, near these cliffs. Probably wouldn't take you more than a few hours to get there."
It sounds like something that could have befallen anyone. I want to walk back a bit. My earlier suggestion that you weren't cautious enough. I apologize.
No, it's fine. I feel a fool, to be honest with you, but thank you.
Well, for the time being, rest and recuperate. You have done very well. And for your troubles, I'm going to leave an extra 5 gold on the counter by the side here. Just to kind of help hopefully cover some medical expenses and, kind of encourage her that, if we were to ask her to do this again later on, that at least not only is there the coin we'd offer, but there's some compensation should she put herself at risk.
She says, "Yes, thank you. This will really help, as I'm not sure I'll be leading too many expeditions for quite a while. This will definitely help."
Well, for now, just focus on getting better.
I shall.
Nikos will turn and leave.
Fizwick wants to look and see if anybody sees that he's grabbing that 5 gold.
Well, I imagine it would be on the bed right by her. So, how would you?
Just glance around at my friends and then try to snag it on the way out real quick.
Okay.
Like pogs, like I was taking some pogs.
You know,
why is everybody laughing at
Going
that?
down on top of it first.
I don't know. I
stole
don't
some
know
pogs
if
when I was a kid once, and Nate happened to be there, and I was the one that took them, and I just took them real quick, and I just sucked them right up my sleeve, and
I hope
He's
that
done-
I hope there's a statute of limitations here so that Nate isn't prosecuted for his involvement in this
Have
theft.
you checked
sorry,
to see how
Pog
much
Lady.
pogs go for these days on eBay? You
If-
might be in.
You're blowing him up. You're blowing up on the big screen, man.
I'm
If-
sorry, Pog Lady.
if the Pog Lady is
Pog Lady
watching,
too.
she was known as the Pog Lady. It was
Simple
Zach.
business,
It was
trying to
Zach's
earn a
mom.
buck.
It was our classmate Zach's mom. If she's watching, I'm sorry.
I don't want to
We owe
slow
you.
this down too much, but you might want to just briefly mention for your viewers who may be too young to know what a pog is, what that was.
Gambling for kids.
Yeah, go look it up. You're basically, little cardboard circles. Go look it up, kids.
That cost way too much money.
They were
No,
awesome.
it didn't. No, it didn't.
I had holographic metal pogs that I kept for like ages in like
What?
a small tiny Yu-Gi-Oh tin.
Yes.
And I don't know where
Metal
that tin
ones
is.
were the ones you slam down.
The
on
hitters.
other one.
Yeah, the hitters.
Yeah, the hitters.
Ooh, we
No
called them
kidding.
slammers.
Okay, see, we were
Interesting,
in
interesting,
Seattle,
okay.
so
Audience, we're going to forego the rest of this show and talk about pogs. for another.
Yeah,
two
thanks for
and a half
derailing us completely. All right, Fizwick, you may go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
$15.
Okay.
I can't steal 5 gold pieces with a 15.
We'll say, um,
Michael,
Yeah.
help me out here.
we'll say that you could. He just gave
would-
her this money. Help you.
Nate said it was right next to her.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh. But she's pretty messed up, too.
yeah. You know, if you really want to take the 5 gold, you've taken the 5 gold. There you go.
She could still punch.
Her passive wisdom is not above a 15, that's for sure. All right, so you have taken 5 gold from a sick expedition leader who helped the party. All right. Next, yeah. So she kind of lays back down and is just kind of whittling her stick, and says, "Good luck out there. Do be careful. Make sure you're well armed." And she kind of slumps back down and seems to close her eyes. The wind outside is picking up a bit, but it is, a fairly clear day in which the stars are providing some light outside. The eternal darkness of Icewind Dale is still illuminated a little bit by the night sky, and the aurora, of course, up in the sky, the colors swirling about. The trail on the map that she has marked for you does lead pretty much directly north. Is there anything you guys would like to do before you head out?
I was gonna say I intentionally don't want to take the axe beaks if they've got bear traps out there.
Okay. Yeah. So the axe beats, there would definitely be like a stable of some kind where you guys could keep them.
Did we get any funds last time around?
So you guys got some, I think he did give you a few coins, but mostly it was these statuettes that he carves.
Okay.
He's a scrimshander, and they're like these finely carved kind of bone figurines. And
That's
I
right.
can't remember how much they were worth, but something like 10 gold pieces each maybe, or
We
something.
distributed them amongst ourselves. And
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
I check my notes to figure out what everybody has, but
Mhm.
I feel like there was a walrus with Clay's name on it, if I remember correctly.
No, I voted for the walrus, and folks said I couldn't have it because I wasn't present.
Yep, someone else beat you to
Ooh,
it.
ouch. Ouch. Someone's got 2 figurines.
Yeah.
Who's gonna walk lead in this group? Who's gonna stand at the front of our party as we move forward to the north here?
I can lead the way.
If that's the case, I suggest Clay you
I'm raring to go.
get some kind of walking stick or a 10-foot pole or something to probe the snow in front of yourself. Does that seem like a fruitful idea to you?
Fair suggestion. Is that something Jartha would have that she could loan us?
So Frozen Far Expeditions is right next door, and you could probably buy, some kind of stick for, 2 silver or something.
Okay.
A suitable walking stick, yeah.
I will do that.
All right. And you know what? Are there any metal, like thin metal rods that we can purchase?
Sure. I mean, we'll say Frozen Far Expeditions might have some things like that among like shovels and some kind of like big pry bar sort of thing almost.
Cool. So what I want to do is I want to buy 8 of these rods between each of us, and then what I'd like to do is I'd like to cut them to length and use them to reinforce as a shin guard for each of us. So if we were to step on a bear trap, it would hit the metal rather than our flesh.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking something much thicker, but you're talking about kind of like almost like a piece of rebar, like
Yeah.
that reinforces concrete or something.
Mm.
Yeah, I would say that you could probably find some sort of like, perhaps a blacksmith or something. Would have some metal bars that are a little bit more rough, maybe even discarded, and you could buy some off of them
Some of us are
for
wearing
5 silver.
armor, though, right?
Sweet.
Yeah, and if you have metal armor, you could say that you have armor there already, perhaps, if you want to.
Fizwick just wants to replenish everything he needs to create fire, so he's got 5 flasks of oil, torches, everything's good to go.
Yep.
And a new net. We need a new net.
I think you guys have a net already,
Oh,
right?
we still got one? Okay.
I've still got a spare net.
Yeah.
I've got 1 metal net and 1 fiber net because I lost one of the metal nets to the Yetis when they fell.
Can I? So, thinking back, instead of buying just like a walking stick, could I buy like? Would they have something that was sort of like a long spear that had like maybe a spike at the end?
Sure, yeah, you could probably find a spear. Yeah, at Frozen Far expeditions, probably something they often use for hunting.
Okay. I would like to do that.
Okay.
rather than just-
Yeah, so, just if you just want to look up like how much a spear costs, just look up spear 5e or something
I'm just
like that.
imagining that the shopkeepers come out with a walking stick and he's gone, no, I don't want a walking stick. I'd like a spear, please. And he goes, oh. And he just walks inside, comes back, and he's just sharpened the end, and he's just come back with the same stick.
I hear.
And then charged him like 8 gold for it.
He goes in the back and I hear.
Like a pencil sharp.
Yep. Yeah, so flask of oil, Fizwick, 1 silver piece, and 1 gold piece for a spear, Clay.
Oh, gold piece? Okay.
Yep, 1 gold piece. Yeah, anything else you guys... Oh, so yeah, Michael, you would probably manage to, with the help of the party, kind of craft these metal rods, maybe spend 30 minutes or so with the help of a blacksmith who can kind of just cut them to length for you, and probably cost you, we'll just say 1 gold piece. No, didn't I say 5 silver? I think I did.
Yeah.
We'll stick
I
with
think
that. Yep.
This could be
5
something that I could be of service with, using a blessing that Ula's given me, called the Artisan's Blessing, where I can conduct an hour-long ritual that crafts a non-magical item that must include some metal. And there's some examples of what that could be. And at the end of an hour, it coalesces in an unoccupied space around a choice of your surface within 5 feet of you. The thing you can create can be something that is worth no more than 100 GP. As part of this ritual, you must lay out metal, which can include coins with a value equal to the creation. The metal irretrievably coalesces and transforms into the creation at the ritual's end, magically forming even non-metal parts of the creation.
Yeah, so...
Fizwick takes 5 gold coins and hands them to Grekvar and says, I would like to contribute these coins to your transmutation.
Well, I'm impressed you're willing to contribute that, Fizvar. I really appreciate it.
Can it augment things, or is it a brand new creation?
Brand new creation. It's not a nothing. It just, the money basically transforms into whatever.
Yeah. Well, that's fine. So basically what we'll do is we'll create 4 pairs of reinforced snowshoes.
Snowshoes, or you think it's something more like shin guards as well, like up on like our lower legs?
That's what I mean when I
Oh,
say
okay.
reinforced. It's specifically designed
Like
so that
ice
while we're
spikes
traveling.
that are more like hockey skates.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like it. Yeah, so you all see, Grukvar, and this is probably, somewhere, maybe the blacksmith does have like kind of an outdoor forge, and you're kind of warming yourselves by that as Grukvar sits down and performs this ritual here.
So are those permanent? like, or did they go away after a while?
They are permanent.
Whoa.
But I mean, I'm just planning on throwing in a couple of GP on. I mean, what do you think that would cost? What do you think these reinforced snowshoes would cost? Like 2 GP, 3 GP? What are you thinking?
Yeah, we'll say 2 each. Sure.
Okay. Okay.
And yeah, I mean, I imagine that's going to be pretty effective, and it'll be much much nicer than anything the blacksmith could have just cobbled together real quick for you. With
Can
no
you make them
notice.
with removable spikes so we can wear them all the time?
Custom fit for each and every one of you.
That's pretty cool.
And the last thing I'd like to purchase, if possible, is if we have any, is some peppercorn.
Sure. I imagine at any of the inn or tavern, you could purchase some peppercorn.
Sweet.
Yeah. For a copper probably. Very cheap. Just
All
take
right,
some.
we all have golden magic shoes.
They're iron.
Oh, all right.
I want to be
Yeah.
gold because they'll get smushed. They'll get crushed by any sort of
Right.
pressure.
Thank you, Nikos and Grekvar, for the amazing armor feet shoes thing.
These are very well received.
Gotta admit, it's a pretty good idea.
Yes, well, I mean, if we're going to possibly step in bear traps, better to be safe than sorry, in my opinion. Well, the day is tarried, and the enemy has already 2 days on us. Let us make haste.
Mm-hmm. So you all head north, following the map that Jartha has given you, and let me get back to the overland map here. Some way north of Kelvin's Cairn, there are, some hills, and there are some cliffs out there. And if everyone could, please, it's snowing lightly, no blizzard or anything like that, but if everyone could we're going to make a group survival check after about an hour of travel here. To see kind of how true to this map you are staying. So if everyone could make a group survival check, that would be great. The
7.
Okay.
16.
9.
And what did you get, Fizwick?
7.
Okay. So you managed to get a little bit turned around there, and find yourself maybe getting a little bit closer, realizing after a bit of snow clears that you're walking toward Kelvin's Cairn. And so it takes a little bit of time, but now you redirect yourselves, and you kind of are able to reorient yourself with the huge mountain, Kelvin's Cairn, and kind of get going back in the direction you feel is correct. So for another hour of travel, we're going to get one more group survival check, please. One more of those. And just so you know, the DC is lower because of Jartha's map. It is a 10 instead of a 15 that it would be.
13.
13 and 4 for Fizwick.
17 for Nikos.
Okay, and an 8 for Clay. All right.
9.
So you guys do manage to find the right course this time, and you're starting to see the land rising up slowly and kind of parting from the land below it into what appear to be some cliffs, some rocky faces here or there, and just windswept, cold ice clinging to them. Hunks of rock beginning to form out of the snowy, frozen landscape here. After quite a while, you notice a blocky stronghold. It appears that these are very straight edges on the cliff ahead of you some distance, probably about 150, 200 yards away now. A blocky stronghold, bereft of warmth or charm, juts out of a hillside in a rough crescent shape. Only part of its construction is visible. The rest is buried in the stone. A large double door of stone serves as the main entrance. The terrain leading to it is a gently upward sloping plain covered with fresh snow. A stream used to flow out of a barred culvert northeast of the main entrance, but the waterway is frozen. So you do see, kind of at the entrance, a little stream that seems to flow almost underneath and to the right side of these massive stone doors.
It's moving water?
It's not. It's frozen, yeah. 2 other barred openings can be seen along the stronghold's northern wall. Anyone in position behind these openings would have an unobscured view of the hillside. Closer to you, separated from the rest of the stronghold, is a snow-covered bunker, perforated by arrow slits. And I'm going to go ahead and share the map with you guys here, so you can enter this link. Hopefully it works. Copy.
Are we
And
going
I'll
to
put
see it
that in the
on
Zoom
your
chat.
screen here or Owlbear?
So yeah, you can head directly to Owlbear Rodeo using that link, and I will also share it with our viewers.
What a fun game this is tonight. I'm particularly enjoying this one.
Are
Good,
we?
good.
You said we're about 100 yards away from the closest structure.
Yes, Okay, let's see if this works here. All right, we're making progress. So, let me just go ahead and reveal a little bit more of this so you can see what you are looking at. No, that's not what I wanted. No.
Quick, memorize it.
I'm taking off my glasses.
Yes, thank you. Avert your gaze. I hit the wrong button. Is there an undo? There is. Hey, that was easy. It was way easier than I thought it would be. All
Hey
right.
Nate, down there, kind of like to the left, is that the
Yep.
stream you're talking about?
Yes. So let me try this again here and see if I can figure out what's going on. Gosh. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm figuring it out slowly.
Fizwick, as we've been trudging through the snow, has been making his best attempt to take a gold piece and stick it in everybody's boots as they're walking, without them knowing.
Oh, great. We're going to have that. There's something in my boot feeling for the whole adventure.
But how cool is it that when you're like, oh my god, it's a gold coin?
These really are magic shoes.
Man, I'm really struggling here with how
You cleared
to...
it.
I cleared some of it, but like it's really
I go, pull something out of your head.
not doing what I want it to.
Should we all just shut our Owlbear windows off for the time being while you figure it out?
Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I might just need to redraw the fog here. I'm really not familiar with this very much. I use it, once a month or so with you guys, and that's it.
Is the fog something that is inside of Owlbear, or is it something else you're laying on top of
Yeah,
it?
no, it's inside of Owlbear Rodeo. Yeah. Okay, that's getting me closer to where I want to be.
How high can you all raise your eyebrow? I can raise mine pretty high.
I can only do one.
Yeah, me too. I can't do the other one. It's like, watch, I'm
I
gonna.
taught myself how to do it in high school by standing in front of the mirror and holding the one I can't do down while I raise the other one. But I did the same thing with the other side and it didn't work.
Try to do the other one. It looks like you're pooping when you try. Try to do the other one. Looks like you're pooping. See?
All right, guys. I think we got a little bit better here. So this is what you see. This right here is the bunker. All right here. And it looks like a fairly sturdy structure, stone walls and all that. And now Yeah, the cliff wall, the doors you can see, kind of where this path leads, and this frozen stream goes to the right of the big stone double doors. What would you guys like to do?
As soon as that closest structure comes into view, Clay pulls up his hood to sort of whiten the rest of his head as if it wasn't pale enough already. And can I make what would it be, like an investigation check or a perception check to see if I can discern whether or not there's any activity in that area?
Yeah, you don't see any movement. I mean, the slits that serve as windows essentially are so narrow. You don't see any light coming from within. That would probably be the only thing that you would be able to make out if there was like a torch or something like that. But no, the slits are so narrow. You don't see any movement. You don't see any movement on the ground around you, but you can go ahead and make a perception check for me if you would. And if everyone wants to, you can.
Okay.
Oh boy, I thought that was going to be an 18 and it flipped to a 4, so a 6.
24.
It's a building.
Mm-hmm. So, Grukvar, you rolled the best, but even you don't see any movement, and you don't really hear anything beyond the howl of the wind.
Fizwick says,
Hey, you guys, I've been practicing with my conjure flames. I could sneak around and create an illusion in front. A little bit of fire, something moving around, and if there's anybody in there, maybe they'll come out, see what it is.
All right, but perhaps
Oh, I
before
was-
we jump to conclusions here,
What am I confused?
let us break down precisely what is happening here. Someone is breaking into the town, Kerkonig, and stealing random, seemingly worthless objects from all around from various people. The tracks that we asked our tracker friend to find have led us up here, what appears to be some sort of mountainous stronghold. Now, maybe it's just me, but anyone who is occupying this place seems to be quite powerful in terms of, military strength. This, of course, tied together with the information we got from the tracker saying that we found dwarves traveling with some sort of giant lumbering creature. If we were to draw their attention, that is fine, but we would be in the same position we are now. I propose the following. Given that only one of us is capable of truly hiding, Fizwick remains as our contingency plan. Someone able to spring an ambush should we require one. But we should probably take a more formal approach. Approaching these individuals and seeing if perhaps rather than trying to bring them to justice with swinging swords, we maybe try and figure out what it is they truly are after and see if there is some sort of amiable thing between what they desire and what the town needs in order to ensure its security.
Clay,
Fizwick wipes a ton of snot off his nose and he's just looking at everybody.
Clay clears his throat. I'd like to make a counter proposal. Being that Fizwick can hide, why not send him up to that building, invisible as he is, to have a look to see what's going on inside?
Excellent question,
Even
Clay.
if he just peeks in the windows.
Equally, because we are also aware that the enemy that we are tracking is also capable of invisibility. Meaning that if Fizwick is indeed caught, we would never find out before it is too late.
I'd like to stick with my plan.
Well, Gragvar, what is your thoughts?
I think we could do with a little bit more information. I think sending Fizwick forward is, granted, it's risky. It's a risk I'm willing to take. Fizwick, what do you
Yes.
think?
I think I should go ahead and sneak up and see what I can see.
I think the three of us remainder should get as close as we can to the bank at the side of this ravine to try and remain as invisible as we can be, while also keeping our eye on the bunker.
So just a little more information here. You guys do see a couple more like slits in the otherwise flat wall right about here on the map, and another one right here. So there's kind of like two kind of lookouts there, and then the only other lookouts from this structure seem to be along the edge of the bunker here.
All right.
Nikos,
Well,
with your Nikos, I've got a question for you. With your plan, are you assuming they all, since they can be invisible, they may already know we're here, and that we might as well just go forward and try and create some sort of engaging conversation with them?
Look, to create a possible dialogue, we must not appear as though we are aggressive. If Fizwick is just scouting out the area, then that I think is fine. If we make a camp here, but don't particularly try to sneak up or hide our presence as a group, as it were, I think that is fine. So
I think we should assume they're aggressive. They've made quick work of Jartha.
Yeah,
without nary a question.
Well,
we need to
as far as
remember
I'm
that
aware,
they took out an unarmed guide who was injured from a bear
as
trap.
far as I'm aware, Jartha only fell into a trap. She wasn't accosted in any way by the
He was
dwarf.
being chased, right?
So she says. I mean, from what I understand, if you fall into a trap and a giant lumbering towards you along with the dwarf gave her pause to run, sure, I get this. But thus far as I'm aware, short of security measures, they have not actually presented any hostility. All I'm saying is I do not wish to start by presenting hostility from our end, if we were to have any chance of negotiation. That is all.
I got an
Fizwick
idea.
is-
So how
I
about,
have absolute faith in Fizwick.
why don't we just sit here, and then you can walk up there and talk to him, and if it doesn't go the way you want it to go, we'll come help you. And they'll be so busy throwing you in a dungeon that they won't see us coming. So let's go ahead and go with his way, and we'll just sit here. You've got the floor now.
Those arrow slits are for one thing only. I think they're going to send an arrow clean out of there, directly into Nikos.
Well, there's
torso.
one way to find out. Nikos, you got this.
Hold on here. We've got to work as a team for once. I want you to all recollect what happened when we met those goblins in the waste, and how we had a lot of clever ideas, but we tested them all out at random. We didn't consult with each other first. Don't you think we should settle on a plan before we carry anything out here?
Well, if you don't want me to sneak up there, then there has to be a second opportunity here.
I think an invisible spy would be our first option, and if you run into trouble, Fizwick, you could always make your awesome flames so that we can see that we need to come and help you.
Fizwick also wants to point out that everybody should probably ready a torch, because if these are invisible, you're only going to see their footprints.
We all have dark vision, right?
You do.
Yeah, but I don't think that helps with invisibility.
It would with seeing footprints in the dark.
Oh, okay.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yes. No. I think we're all on the same page in terms of having Fizwick scout out first before we come to a firm decision on what we wish to do.
Fizwick, let me reiterate: no acts of aggression unless you're acted upon.
No
Don't send an arrow into. Don't even if you're getting curious, as you tend to do. Don't just shoot an arrow into the bunker before you know what's going on. I think you should get as close as you can and get a good ear on the situation.
There'll be plenty of time for fire and pickpocketing after we're done.
Fine.
You guys are no fun.
All right. So, Fizwick, why don't you go ahead and maybe motion on the map the route you are hoping to take here and where you're hoping to go.
I'd like to go back up and get along the wall here, and then try to stay as close as I can to get back here.
Okay,
Fizwick grumpily shoves his flasks of oil and fire and torches and traps and potions back into his sack.
I'm wondering if we should collect all of them in one.
So, Fizwick, you're gonna go. I didn't see where you were motioning. So, like up here, or?
Yeah, and I also have that bonus action so I can dash. You know. If I want
Okay.
to find,
Yep.
Yeah, somewhere back here. Right there, just to peek in that corner, see if there's anything here first.
Yep.
I think the remainder of us should get up against that wall as well, as far as we can to the east. I mean, we're just out in the middle right now. I feel like we're
And that
kind
is
of
the high
unguarded.
ground, isn't it? Like up there.
It looks like it.
Which
Yes.
wall?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Well,
potentially
you know
we
what
could.
Obi-Wan says. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, potentially we
s-
could also start a fire
Oh.
here before we actually leave.
Yeah.
Create smoke just to draw their eye away from Fizwick.
Sorry.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I'll create a small campfire just like over here before we move over there.
Okay. Yeah. As you are creating the fire, you do hear Fizwick. Fizwick, why don't you first go ahead and make a stealth roll for me?
18.
Okay. And so as Fizwick is creeping up there, a fire is started, and you hear some kind of like shouting coming from within the bunker here.
You use your magic ear to ask him what's going on. Or
Like his telepathy, or does he have that one like
Oh,
special
oh,
skill?
yes.
Sending
yeah.
stones.
sending stones.
Oh yes, I will use the sending stone because my telepathy's got a range.
Okay.
Fizwick, what do you see?
Fizwick takes the stone and puts it next to his butt and farts.
Apparently he hears farting.
In character.
He tries
Actually, I'll stop and I'll go. Clay, it's for you.
Fizwick casts a conjure flame because he sees. Doesn't he? Do you say something about fire? No, I'm sorry. No, I'm
So no, Nikos is starting a small fire over here, like a little campfire, right? Is that right, Nikos?
Yep, yep.
Yep. And Fizwick, you see inside the bunker a a Duergar, dressed in furs, a stout, kind of gray-skinned dwarf, who is peering out this arrow slit right here at the fire, and you can hear he's yelling, trying to yell over the howl of the wind.
The scene stone butt fart was totally canon. I wasn't joking.
Yep.
Do I see any fire or anything like that?
No fire.
He sends back on the scene stone.
There's one single Duergar. He's just sitting here staring out the windows. If you guys get any closer, he's gonna see you. He's right in the front.
Friend of yours, Grokvar? Apparently there is a Duergar in there.
You know, seeing a Duergar above ground is a rare thing, and I've seen very few up here in Icewind Dale. But I'll say this: I have faith in your plan, but I think that I should be the one to go speak to this fella, as a count as will come across as kin. I feel he's more likely to trust me than someone else.
I think you are correct in this.
All right.
Would be a reason for a Duergar to be above ground.
Well, I've got my reasons. But what confuses me is it seems to me that this is a domicile, a place for a Duergar, and perhaps more than one. There's one in the bunker. How many are in the fort? And what are they up to?
Well, look, we can sit here and speculate all we want, but I think we should perhaps get a move on and find out true answers to these. Grokvar, you take the lead. Fizwick, stay hidden and just be prepared. If it looks like we are in danger, we trust your judgment.
You got it, Mr. Nikos.
My concern is
Slumps
that
into the snow.
this many Duergar are above ground. It would be for a very good reason, and I don't think that they would be concerned with who we are if we show any interest in getting in the way of what they're here for.
Here's
Yes.
my thought, fellas. I'm gonna go forward, and I'm gonna tell them that the replacement is here.
What? No. Let me rephrase. These guys clearly have a motive here. We are to find out what this motive is to find common ground. Not lie to them, not sneak in, not suddenly anger what you possibly rightly assume is a fortress of Duergar. Okay? Okay? Yes, Clay, you are absolutely right. There has to be a reason that they're here. That is what we're here to find out. We are not here to provoke them and stir up a hornet's nest. Because not only might we suffer the consequences of that, the town might suffer it as well. Right now, they're just stealing knickknacks. I want to stress this. They are stealing shit. Nothing else. Right? They haven't killed people in town. They're not slitting people's throats. They're not setting fire to wagons. All of the stuff we've done. Okay? Currently, we are more of a danger.
Nikos,
Let's find out what they... Yes.
Nikos,
I'm very stretched.
I respect your position, but let me tell you this. I am a Duergar. I was raised a Duergar. I was born a Duergar. I lived with Duergar. I can tell you this. Generally speaking, not friendly people. I'll be the friendliest Duergar you'll ever meet. I can guarantee you that. But let me tell you this. I'll take your advice. I'll heed it. I'm going to walk forward, and I'm going to tell them I'm a weary traveler, and that I'm looking for a place to stay. Is that a little more to your liking?
So Grokbar, what you're saying is because you're a Duergar, you know all Duergar.
Yes. I have also
Listen.
worked with Duergar. They have sold me many fine slaves. And I understand exactly the mercantile nature of what they have. They are very open to the notion of money and transfer of funds. What I'm saying is that us being travelers and going there and pretending to be wayward people looking for a place to rest isn't exactly going to get us the answer we're going to seek.
Fizwick
Without
casts
making us more suspicious.
conjure bonfire on the inside, right directly where that Duergar is.
Okay. You hear a yowl, and a crossbow bolt flies out of the arrow slit and skids off the kind of ice near where Nikos is standing.
I think
Still
Fizwick
that.
just ended this argument for us.
Nico sighs.
Can I try to... and then he farts in his earpiece. Can I try to stealthily move up next to Fizwick? Kind of avoid the view of the windows?
Yeah, you can. Let's go ahead and have you guys roll initiative here, since an arrow has been, an attack has been made and an arrow has flown.
You guys should have never let me up there.
13.
Maybe you should.
14.
Okay. That is a 21.
All right. And Fizwick, initiative.
Oh, whoops. 12.
Okay. Clay, you got a 13, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And there we go. So, yeah, you hear, you've heard a yowl. A crossbow bolt has flown as Fizwick cast fire inside this bunker. And now we are going to Nikos first.
All right. So, realizing that we are obviously in some form of imminent peril, Nikos will start to move up closer along the ridge. 20, 25, 30. I'm gonna crouch down with my back. Oh, sorry. Is this elevation going up or down?
It's
So
going
I imagine
up.
that. Yeah. So yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna put my back hard against the wall behind cover. And I'm going to try and keep an eye out further down the road towards the double doors.
Yep.
So I'm just going to sit on watch for the time being there.
Yep, sounds good. All right, and that brings us to Grukvar.
Okay. I am going to I'm going to dash. I'm going to use all possible movement and move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And can I also just yell, "Ho there! Ho there!" trying to get the Duergar's attention.
You need assistance.
Yeah, you see white eyes staring back at you in fear.
Can I help you?
Who are you?
There, right?
What seems to be the trouble?
Yeah! And you just hear, cursing that only you would understand, Grukvar.
It's like you fell asleep
And-
smoking again.
And what you can just barely make out through the slit, this Duergar looks a little bit familiar. It is Clay's turn.
I'm going to, not on there, I'm going to, up a thing. I counted, I can get about 2.
I can't quite hear you. What'd you say?
I'm gonna get about here.
Yep.
That's 10. And I'm gonna sort of like stage whisper to Fizwick and be like, "What are you doing?"
Fizwick rubs on his little communications stone to Nikos.
Tell them I lit him on fire. Try to help him.
Sorry, I missed that. Tell them
You act like you're saving him. Try to help him. Don't try to attack him. Try to help him.
All right. I'll telepathically communicate that to Grukvar as just a.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell him you were just some travelers walking by and you saw
Can I speak? I'm out of initiative now, right? I mean,
Yeah,
I
you
s-
can speak. That's fine.
Oh, I can. Okay. I say to him in Undercommon. I say, I want to lend you a hand, my brother in arms.
Okay. Yeah, he doesn't speak much back to you. He's still just kind of cursing.
Okay.
It is Fizwick's turn.
Fizwick wants to just sit there and just observe what's going on. He's not going to do anything at all.
All right. Yeah, so Fizwick, you see the Duergar kind of in a panic leap back from the window and heads down, opens up this little hatch here and seems to be climbing it down and out of sight. Nikos, you see another crossbow bolt skid off of the ice near you, seemingly coming from this direction. But you don't see anyone. You do see there's 2 windows up here, arrow slits, and the door over here. As well
So
as,
the crossbow bolts just then didn't come from the arrow slits?
No, not. They seem to have come from a different angle, a wider angle, somewhere in this direction more. All right.
I'll tell Grukvar, we have people on the ridge, and give him the, well, sort of tell him roughly direction.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to shout back to Nikos to head behind the bunker for cover.
And it is Nikos' turn.
Okay, yeah, I'll do exactly as he says.
All right. So you can go ahead and move your token.
Yep, I'll move to there. Is there any entrances to the outpost from here?
No, there are not. The only entrance, you can see that, he climbed down, and that seems to be the only way in. The outpost itself, let me just see if there's any further description of this kind of bunker here. Yeah, no, there's no way in from the outside. The only way into the compound you see is the front doors, and there is kind of the entrance, where the frozen stream is entering, a very small opening over there as well. And then there are the arrow slits that you can see, and I should probably just go ahead and erase so you can see it better. Let's see here. Right.
Fizwick, under his breath, is sitting there watching the flames.
We don't need no water. Let them burn. Motherfucker, burn. Dun, 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 dun.
All right, arrow slits right there as well. And that's all you can see in terms of openings of any kind. So you used, I think, your movement speed, but I think you probably could move more if you wish to. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I'll move a little bit further. I want to kind of. I mean, I imagine that someone is sort of in this area here. So I want to kind of move around to kind of see where if I can see anyone when I sort of jump my head out, and if not, I'll kind of get to about here.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Good. Yeah. So you can't really see much through that area, but you do look at those two arrow slits there and think that one of the shots fired at you definitely could have come from there, as you see them a little bit up more close now.
Okay. Yep. Then I'll move to there, and that'll be
Okay. Yep. All right. It is Grokvar's turn.
I'm going to continue. Let's see here. Range here, 60 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I am going to. I'm not sure if I can do this actually, but I want to cast Sacred Flame at that location where I think that the crossbow bolt is coming from. I've got a range here of 60 feet, and also that particular spell, the target gains no benefit from cover, so I would imagine that I could just drop it in on them even behind a wall. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to cast Sacred Flame, and they have to make a dexterity saving throw above 13.
Okay. Ooh. Natural 20.
Ooh, okay. In that case,
so you cast some flame in there. You can't quite see if there's anyone there, but you don't hear anything.
Okay.
As you see this kind of light, and you would all see this illumination from behind this arrow slit shining through.
Okay, I am going to move a little bit. I'm going to move over here, and that's it for now.
All right. And we are up to Clay.
Okay, so Clay is going to rush over to where Fizwick is, and can I sort of like push him out of the way? Use my conjure water ability to put out the fire inside the tower?
Sure, yeah, you managed to do so pretty easily, yep. Probably over his head quite easily.
I was in the snow, just to be said. I was hidden in the snow, but...
There you go.
Yeah. And then, do I have any movement left?
Yeah, I think you would have a little bit left. I haven't really counted, but you also you started maybe over here-ish. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you definitely have, probably 2 more squares left. We'll say.
Okay. Then I'm gonna step out 1, 2, kind of here-ish.
Mm-hmm.
And can I say something, or was that too much?
No, you can say something. Yeah, go
Okay,
ahead.
I'm gonna put my arms up in the air and yell "stop" at the top of my lungs.
Okay. Yep. All right. And now it is Fizwick's turn.
He's just gonna sit there again, jump back in the snow where he's supposed to be hidden so nobody sees him, but he's gonna do that again
Yes.
and go back into stealth.
Yep. All right. Fair. Let's see here. Not good. Not good for you guys. All right. So Gruckvar and Clay would see another crossbow bolt kind of skittering off the ice near them. 2 more. No, just 1 more actually. And that is it. Gruckvar, you would probably notice that it is coming from the one on the left. I'm sorry,
Okay.
yes, the left right here. All right.
Uh-huh.
I would say that you could have identified that. And that is, I'm assuming, probably the one you cast Sacred Flame into because you have probably the better angle on it. All right. That is it for them. So let's go back up to the top of the order with Nikos. Not much action out here, but what do you want to do?
All right, so I'm gonna start moving. How, in terms of the length of the actual arrow slits, how long are they? Do they reach the ground, or do they kind of just go up to waist height?
So these right here are about 10 feet off the ground, so they are raised up. And then they're, probably a good 6-7 feet tall, the arrow slits.
All right, so I'm going to move around here with my first move, and then I'm going to basically travel underneath the arrow slits down to this direction here. So that's 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, yeah. There.
Yeah. Excellent. All right. And so that was your movement and your action. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Very good. Next up is Gruckvar.
If I was to dash, let's see here, do we count along diagonals, or are we just kind of, is that, because I want to dash basically towards where Nikos is, I think, going, which is kind of that frozen stream, where it meets the sort of fog of war.
Yeah.
And in one turn, could I get there on a dash, do you think?
Well,
Or is that a bit
let's
too
count.
far? Because I can go,
What's your
50
25 feet?
well, yeah, but then double that, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I would say you would probably, we'll just say you could get to Nikos, but you wouldn't be able to get any further.
Okay, that's fine.
So you could
And-
probably
and
get
as
to
I-
right here if you wanted to.
Okay. As I break into a run, I just say behind me to Clay, follow me! And then I zip
Yep.
over about yonder? About here?
Yeah, you could probably get to right about there.
Okay.
It's being a bit generous, but we'll go with it.
Okay.
Yep. All right. Cool. So that is your movement and action, and now we're up to Fizwick.
Fizwick's gonna run up as far as he can and then get a bonus, use his bonus dash action to get as close as he can in hopes that they won't see him underneath this small.
Yep. All right. Yeah, you managed to get there, and actually, because you can dash as a bonus action, I believe you could go even further.
Can I do another action?
Yeah, basically that's how it works. Yep, you could do an action or you could do another movement.
I want to take one of my oil flasks and pitch it through the window.
Okay. Yeah, you managed to do so, the one right above you?
Nikos, fire, fire, smoking fire, make it a pyre.
And yeah, you just hear this and as it kind of erupts into flame there, just at the base, kind of inside the arrow slit. All right. Anything else, Fizwick?
Hide.
Okay.
Try to stop.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really.
Look against the wall at least.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you managed to do so in a way that gives you, makes you feel pretty safe there.
Quickly paint yourself gray to match the scene.
All right, and that brings us to the Duergar here. And at this point, I'm moving a lot of things off screen here, guys. I mean, just a couple. What I mean.
It's very exciting. Very exciting.
Oh, okay. Grukvar, you feel a crossbow bolt just kind of bite into your back, and you are going to take 6 piercing damage from this bolt.
Okay.
And you hear this kind of laughter, this gruff laughter coming from within, and more yelling, more cursing.
I curse back in Undercommon.
Okay. Yeah, you there's a little bit of back and forth here. You know, the equivalent of bastards and die and stuff like that.
Okay.
All right. Good. That brings us to Nikos.
Okay.
Just
Looking at this little stream, how deep is the stream?
Yeah, so the stream is frozen. It's hard to tell, but looking at this little opening that you can see right here, I'm gonna read a little more about that here. Give me a moment. Well, it just says that, yeah, I mean, we'll say it's an opening that any of you could squeeze into, if you wanted to. Yep. Probably a bit of belly crawling for parts of that, but there is a little tunnel above the frozen stream there.
Okay. Oh, it's above the frozen stream?
Yeah, I mean, the frozen stream, there is an opening here, in other words, yes.
Okay. I'm going to risk it for the biscuit. I'm going to telepathically connect to Clay and say, try to make your way towards us. We're gonna take this little tunnel entrance and try to get in behind them.
Light says back, I would have, but my turn was skipped.
It's okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I
So, yeah.
cast Rewindicus Timicus.
So Clay, yeah, you can go ahead. So Nikos, I'll just finish your turn first since we started it, and then we'll go back to Clay. Nikos, you do see about 3 feet in, there are some bars, but they don't look extremely strong.
Excellent.
But they are barring any further progress. You could try to. Well, yeah. What would you like to do?
I'm going to definitely try and wrench these bars out. While I'm in the tunnel and no one can see me, I'm going to pull down my my mouth covering and separate my jaw and let my large tendril sort of wrap around one of these bars, and then try to rip it out with my my tongue.
Yeah, excellent. So go ahead and make a strength check on these bars as you are flexing your tendrils here. I'm probably feeling sort of good to exercise them. Go ahead and make a strength
Could I
check.
potentially use my intelligence, given that it's based on my intelligence?
Yeah, let's do that. Yep.
All right. Yes. All right, that is an 18.
You bend them, but and you find some rusty spots, and they're wrenching, but it is not quite enough to open them all the way. But you make progress.
Okay, cool.
All right, that brings us to Clay. Sorry, Clay.
Okay. So can I make it up where Duergar is?
Yes. Well, let's see.
That's quite a ways. For 10
5,
feet,
6,
right?
7. Yeah, I mean, I'd say you could make it up to where Duergar is. Yeah, we'll just go with that. Right behind him.
Okay. So,
And that
Yeah,
would be
so-
using your dash. Yep. Okay.
yeah. While I'm there behind him, I just sort of say to him, "I don't think this is the wisest plan. I think you should try to talk to them again."
You're saying that to me, Clay?
Yeah, I've had some thoughts.
All right.
I'm not one to shy away from a fight, but I'm recalling something from my past. This is all sort of semi in game because that's too much time.
Okay.
Clay is having a recollection of something from his distant past that he's not. He thinks a peaceful conversation would be at least worth time.
After lighting somebody on fire, that's totally gonna work.
I didn't light him on fire.
I know, I'm just saying after
Fire
they're
out.
being lit on fire, a peaceful conversation will totally be approachable.
Clay,
I
I'm,
also don't know
I'm
that you
afraid
did that because I was so far away.
if we're in, Clay, if we're in for a silver, we're in for a gold. That's what I always say, and I think we've already begun the fight. There's no turning him around. But I'll tell you this: I'll try. I'll give it a try. But I think first we should follow Nikos through and try and find our way inside. It'll be easier to talk to him on our terms when we're standing there in front of him.
Am I gonna fit in there?
Yeah, you get the impression that it could fit any of you, if you squeezed hard enough. Yep.
Did you say it was like 3 feet tall or something like that, or a couple?
Yeah,
foot
yeah.
tall, or?
It's probably 2 feet tall.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Narrow. All right. So that brings us back in the initiative order. So Nikos is at the top. We skipped Clay. Sorry. Now it is Duergar, and then it would be Clay again. Actually.
I would like to help. I would like to try to bend those bars. If
Yeah.
Nikos will unlatch his head from it for a moment, or I don't know. I'll just. Is there room for both of us to be working on them at the same time? You think, or
Probably not, actually. But you could kind of use part of your action to slide Nikos on the ice out.
Well, if you grab
His
my
legs are
belt and
sticking
sort of
out.
give me a tug, I mean, technically speaking.
It's ice, so there's not much friction there, and
Pour hot water
he's-
on it.
he's only in up to his waist, basically.
Okay,
waist,
so-
waist up.
I want to grab Nikos by his waist and just pull him as hard as I can.
All right,
Oh,
you
help!
managed to do so.
I hope his
and-
head doesn't pop off.
And now it is Duergar.
Just do a strength check.
Yep, you are
Okay.
in there, kind of up to your shins now, because you're a little shorter. And strength check on these bars, as you can see some rust spots.
I rolled an 11.
Okay. You managed to break enough of the bars that you could squeeze through a little bit further. And you see up ahead a little bit of light shining down on the ice. And that is actually where we're going to take a short break.
Okay.
Woo!
Infiltration in progress. All right, thank you guys so much for hanging with us here and watching. We're going to take a short bio break, and we'll be back. Before we break, I just want to say another shout out to our sponsor, Hero Forge. Check them out, and heroforge.com. Awesome custom 3D printed miniatures. Their character builder is so much fun, even if you're just trying to envision your own character for an upcoming game, or even DMs making NPCs and other things. It's a lot of fun. Definitely check it out. Color tools, token makers, all sorts of cool stuff. And also, check out Dark Sea Workshop and Dead Aussie Gamer. Links to those in the video description, and we'll hear a little bit more about that after the break. Sorry, I have to mute us first, guys. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Well, I guess welcome us back, would you please? Yes, we are back. More adventuring on our hands. Before we get back to it and enter perhaps some combat, I don't know. I would like to give these guys a chance to introduce themselves. So, go around, say your name, and anything about yourselves you would like to. Nikos, Michael.
Hello! G'day guys, my name's Michael. I am the Dead Aussie Gamer. I'm a professional role player and game master from Perth, Western Australia. I make it my life's work to be able to meet and play with a whole bunch of awesome and amazing individuals in the space of role-playing games, such as, of course, the delightful Nate here. You can find me on my channel at Dead Aussie Gamer for Twitch and YouTube, where I offer some advice. You can also find me on a number of different channels, like WASD20. I think that's the only one I'm on at the moment, but I will also give another very, very brief shout out to Mr. Robert Hartley, another fellow Oceanic GM who is in chat and who has joined us today. G'day, Rob. And yeah, you can actually find me and Rob and Nate having played a Christmas adventure on Dead Aussie Gamer Live, where we played a game of Through the Breach, which was a lot of fun as well.
Yeah, that was awesome. Hi, Rob. Yes, and check out links to Michael's stuff in the video description. Alex.
Hi, everybody. I'm Alex Bierhorst. I play Grukvar, the Duergar cleric, and I do not have a YouTube channel that I post anything on. I just watch vids on YouTube.
I just work here.
I just work here.
He does.
I just play here.
He does hard work. All right, Ryan.
I am Ryan Norman, the Water Genasi Barbarian named Clay. I also don't have anything online to peddle. I spend
Pedal. No, sorry.
Foist onto people, scam people with, whatever.
No.
That's what I'm doing here.
But I do spend most of my time making things, and may or may not have something in the works for the web soon. Not that that matters right now, or maybe it won't ever matter, but that's what I do.
Excellent. And Will Fizwick.
You guys know my pitch. I make shiny baubles, and I've been
Foisting things on people.
seeing my galaxy dice, and I got some new galaxy dice going. And you see off to my right over here, it's your standard size 28 millimeter dice. You know what? F that. We're gonna send every set out with a bigger set of dice. You don't want that dice? We got bigger dice. You don't want that dice? Got a bigger dice than that. So that's what I've been up to.
That's what you throw at your DM when he's not doing
Yeah, this
Right.
almost baseball sized, soon to be galaxy dice. I screwed up over 50 hours of work now sanding these, and and finally got the ones that I really like. So these aren't done yet, so that's not. Anyways, that's it. You can check out my stuff at Dark Sea Workshop. Facebook, I've been doing some live streams every now and then, some of my works. You can kind of have like a shopkeeper's window, literally seeing me work on the stuff.
Yeah, that's been fun.
his stuff.
We call the big dice the negotiator.
Yeah,
You
Okay,
sure I
so-
can't roll this, GM?
This just became official. Because I was gonna call it the jumbo dice. This just became the negotiator.
Mhm.
And
Doesn't
I'm
that
gonna
mean
put that
you
in
have to have
like
extra
Aussie
sharp
Gamer.
points on you?
I love it. Yeah.
So you
As
guys
long-
can find the negotiator sold soon.
We need one that's called the Hitter to bring things back to Pog World.
The hitter is gonna be this one, the green one.
Okay.
But then you have to slice it into a really thin sheet so that, you know, it's the shape, the outside shape of a D20.
Well, or if he ever does a D2.
Oh, there you go. The D2 is the Hitter.
Yeah, the
One
D2.
It's
last
just a
thing,
Pog that he's scratched some letters into.
a Sharpie marker on it.
Just a shout out to Tyler and Catherine. I think they might be your patrons as well. They purchased the dice, and you know they're fighting the COVID fight like we all are. Just want to say, keep fighting the good fight.
Yeah,
Putting
absolutely.
up with life.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
Good people. Yeah, so definitely check out Dead Sea Workshop. Awesome
Dead
stuff.
Sea
I've got some
Workshop.
like prototypes of stuff here that I've been loving, and I've been rolling them tonight, and they're nicely balanced and beautiful to look at.
For the record, nobody check out Dead Sea Workshop.
Yes, thank you.
All right,
Michael,
cool.
I'll talk to you about copyrights on that later too.
All right, very good. Well, let's get back to it here. The bars up ahead of Grukvar are now pried open, and if the rest of you want, I'm just gonna kind of speed things up and say you could huddle near Grukvar and kind of see what he is up to. Do the rest of you interested in doing so?
Yep.
Yep.
All right, very good. So we'll get a little movement here. Everyone kind of crowding around. All right, Grukvar, you have bent the bars and you can slide through this opening to see a little bit of light shining through there. Yes, what would you like to do, Grukvar?
I want to cautiously slide my. Can I slide my whole body through?
You
Or
can.
just my head?
Yep, you can slide your whole body through.
That's what I would like to do.
All right, you come up and you see above you an opening. It is round, it is cylindrical, and it is icy as all get out, and it's about 10 feet. So it seems like some kind of well, perhaps, or cistern or something, and there is, about 10 feet of ice between you and whatever lies above. You see like a stone ceiling up there somewhere high.
Okay. I would like to. I kind of motion. I want to motion everyone towards me so they can hear what I'm saying. I want to motion them into the space with me. Can I do that?
Yes, you can.
And
So I'd say probably two of you could fit at a time here.
okay. Clay, can you push me up here? Can you give me a bit of a boost?
Can I sneak? I mean, I'm gigantic for this hole. Can I sneak in there with him?
You could, and if Grukvar kind of lifts up his legs a little bit and does the whole kind of like you could actually get choking on pretzels.
Make a survival check.
You could actually get under him if you wanted him to be on your shoulders.
All right. I crawl on my hands and knees, which is not something I want to be doing. And I hoist him up there.
All right. And Grukvar, you hear a lot of shouting, and you come up into a room that is, let me see here.
I want to imagine that he's coming up through a manhole and a car is bearing down on him.
Yes. Okay. So you basically can see a room here with some cages, and you see a large decaying ogre in one of these large cages here, and you hear a whole lot of shouting and you hear footsteps. What would you like to do?
I poke my head back down and I say, "I'm gonna need some help up here."
What do you say?
And I put my hand down to and I gesture for Nikos. Nikos, will you give me your hand?
Nikos gives Grukvar a hand.
I want to pull him up. Can I pull him up here with me?
Yeah, sure.
Should I do a strength
Are
check?
you up top now?
Uh-huh.
Okay, yep. So sure, you managed to give Nikos a pull up here, and we're just gonna use the same initiative order, but basically you guys can hear footprints coming your way from the area from over here. All right, and the ogre zombie thing is beginning to kind of shake the cave, and it's just moaning.
Oh yeah.
Nikos,
So-
did you accept the hand to go up?
Oh, I did.
Sorry if I
Yes,
didn't check
100%.
that. Okay, absolutely. I'll show a little bit more of what you can see here now as you're gathering your bearings. Okay. There we go.
Is it still my turn?
I'm gonna say your turn is probably over, and we're gonna
Okay.
go to because you've done.
I've done a million things.
Yep, we'll go to Clay. Actually, we'll kind of stop at the top of the initiative order, or start at the top of the initiative order, and say, Nikos, maybe that was your move, and you can have an action.
So Nico's looking at the at the zombified ogre. Oh man, how heavy does this ogre look?
It looks, I would say not as heavy as the Yeti, but it is large. It is missing some hunks of flesh, certainly, that decrease its weight a little bit, but it is big.
All right. Just a quick round robin telepathy thing. So are we do we want to talk to these people, or are we beyond this?
Nikos, I'll do it your way. I'll be truthful, and I'll show you. I'm telling you that a Duergar is going to think you're lying to him, even if you're telling the truth. I'm sure you probably had that experience in your day, but I'll give it a shot. I'm going to talk to these folks and see what they have to say.
All right. I'm just gonna make sure that the lock is secure on that ogre there.
It falls open.
God damn it.
Yeah, it looks secure. Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. I just want to just make sure it is.
Yep, and there's
that's all I
a
do.
big old lock with a chain and we'd need a key. Yep.
Aren't there two Duergar or somebody around the corner shooting at us?
They were over here.
Okay.
Yeah, they're probably on the other side of that
And
door
there's
there.
a door. Yep. All right.
Nico, okay, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, Nikos, can you unbar the door and gesture behind me?
That door, like this one?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you can now because your turn's over, but I'm just trying to communicate that to you for the future.
Man, you guys are crazy. You're gonna let that thing out of the cage? What
No. The front door. The front door.
Oh, the big stone doors?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you want me to? Oh, well,
Sorry,
can I do that?
I wasn't clear about that. I don't know if you can now. 'Cause I don't know if he's the ability to go
that's
there.
a fair question. Let's take a look here. The doors don't seem to be locked, but they are huge stone heavy doors.
It's a complicated retinal scan.
Is there like
There
a
is a
lever or a
drawbridge there.
mechanism?
There is a drawbridge. There is a 30-foot deep pit that is kind of below this drawbridge here, but the drawbridge is out in front now. It's down, and yeah, I mean, there's no mechanism that you can see. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Other than a simple pull chain that can pull up the drawbridge.
Yeah, no, I'll leave the drawbridge down for obvious reasons, but no, that's fine. It looks as though the door is not locked or anything. It's just heavy.
All right. Anything else for Nikos?
No.
Then it is Clay's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna once again try to grab Fizwick and push him in the hole in front of me and say, "You started this. Get in there." And then, if he is willing, I'm gonna have us both climb up there to join the other
Yep.
two.
Yep.
Fizwick
Fizwick,
lights
would
the
you join
torch.
too?
Fizwick wants to light his torch, knowing that there's a fresh oil flask down that hallway.
Use
So
it with you in fire, and I grab his torch and I throw it behind me.
Well, it is. I guess if Clay's turn, then it would be Fizwick's turn. So you could try to do that on your next turn. Clay, though, did you want to do anything else on your turn?
Just say, seeing the ogre in the cage, grunt to myself in sort of recognition.
Yep. All right. Very good. Next up, then, it is Fizwick's turn. So, Fizwick, you are following, and I will say that you could also do an action once you get up here. Anything else you'd like to do other than...
And Fizwick just hasn't had any good experiences past, Gruckvar. He's having a real hard time with this. We got an ugly ogre. We got multiple Duergar, and we're about to, I don't know. Fizwick's now passive. He's just behind Clyde. He's going along for the ride. He's got his torch, though.
All right. Yep, so you light a torch, and...
He's behind Clyde, though. He's holding on to the back of him, on his belt.
All right. Behind Clay. All right.
Clay.
Now, you guys hear the footsteps and the door slams open against the stone wall. And we're going to go see what happens here. 2 Duergar rush in from here. Man, I'm having a little bit trouble with my fog of war tonight because I just don't know what I'm doing. There we go, close enough. 2 Duergar burst through the door. Here and here, and one manages to get here, and it will take a swing at Gruckvar as it bursts through the door, and it goes, and it says in Undercommon, "You look familiar," but that it doesn't hesitate, and it is going to take a swing at you.
I think you owe me money.
And that is going to miss. All right, and the other one, all it is going to do is move in and move over to... actually, it's going to move over to the ogre zombie there, and that is it. You also... hear from this direction, another Gruckvar looks to be a chieftain of some kind.
You said another Gruckvar.
Another Duergar.
Another of my kind. Another of my kind.
There you go.
All Duergar look the same, mate.
And he is going to step out here, and then you see him disappear. And then it is, and you hear more commotion coming from the south as well, but you don't see anything yet. All right. That is going to bring us back to Nikos. So 2 Duergar have burst into the room here. Another has appeared and then disappeared. What would you like to do, Nikos?
Why do I feel like I haven't got a turn in a while?
Oh, Fizwick, you moved up and you lit a torch.
Okay, gotcha.
All right.
I'm happy.
That's all we're allowing you to do right now. You're grown.
All right. So, good question. All right. So they said that they recognize Gruckvar, but don't seem to hesitate from attacking.
Yes.
Are these cages open?
No. Oh, the other cages? Yes, the other
Yeah.
2 cages are unlocked, doors swinging open.
Okay. Using my tongue, I want to try and reposition one of the Duergar into that cage.
All right. Yeah, go ahead and do that. I don't know how that works, but I assume you do.
Good question.
Reposition is very political term for what you're trying
Well,
to do.
I imagine it would be an athletics check.
Okay. Yeah.
But as a question, because I'm not trained in athletics, could I use my intelligence check if I used my tongue appendage, which uses my intelligence in place of strength?
Yeah,
as
that would make sense to me. Let's go for it.
All right. Ooh, okay, that is a 17 on my reposition.
Sure, so this big tongue... well, I don't know. Tell us what this looks like, Nikos.
All right, so Nikos' jaw separates, and as it does so, a tongue which has the girth of basically an arm, which is actually a very akin to a squid or an octopus tendril, lashes out from his mouth and just takes hold of one of his arms around the forearm. He then jerks his neck, and if you've ever actually cracked a whip, it's not about what you do at the point that the whip is cracked, but with the flick of the handle that actually creates the momentum that travels down the length. He does the same thing as he rolls his neck backwards and creates a cracking motion that just violently yanks one of the Duergar towards the cage.
Nice. All right, and yeah, he's in the cage. Yeah, the door is still open, but you have wrangled him into the cage as this roar and cursing as he is hurled into there. All right, and that brings us. Well, anything else you'd like to do, Nikos?
I guess as a bonus action, could I? No, I probably couldn't do that. That's silly. I was gonna say, could I drop my my metal net over the top of the cage as a bonus action?
Probably not. But
Yeah.
I think it reasonable that you could probably as I'm thinking about it, what is considered a free action in D&D. I think you could probably close the door, but not lock it. You know what I mean? You could probably just give it a kick so that the door to this cage.
Yeah,
do
sure.
that?
I'll do that, and I'll try to impose my mass, my body, against it to kind of keep it
Sure.
closed.
Yeah. Okay. Very good. That brings us to Grukvar.
I look at the Duergar that recognized me, and I say in Undercommon, Clan brother, we are emissaries from Karakonig. We're after some stolen goods. I'm sure we can come to a peaceful resolution, and we can all walk away. There's been no life lost. But I need you to talk with me.
And as you're speaking to him, you do recognize this Duergar as a soldier who lived in your neck of the woods, and you now know that these are Duergar that are at least loosely from your clan, and that would be the Sunblight clan, and the large Duergar that appeared over here, you would also have recognized him as one of the sons of the leader, the chieftain. And you might not necessarily know his name, but you can spot that he has many sons, and this is one of them. The Duergar who you've just spoken to just kind of growls "traitor" at you. You left us, and doesn't seem too interested in talking. All right. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
I would like to just ready an action that if he continues to move forward, I'm gonna clock him with my warhammer.
Yeah, and he is holding a war pick, kind of just ready to strike at you. So, okay. Very good. Let's go next to Clay.
Okay. Being what Nikos just did, I am going to pull out my whip and try to do the same thing, only into the next page.
Okay.
I don't know how you want me to just make an attack with that, and then what do you want me to do?
Yeah, go ahead. We'll say we're gonna make it probably an opposed athletics check once again. So if you just want to make an athletics or strength check, we can do it that way.
21.
Okay. Wow, I rolled a natural 20. The Duergar's strength is 2, so it's 22. Yeah, so he kind of, you kind of wrap him up a minute, but he just kind of, and actually, he, well, yeah, I guess he can't do that on his turn, but we'll say your whip is still kind of loosely wrapped around him, but he's struggling against you. And next it is, well, anything else you want to try to do there?
So I have 2 weapon fighting. Does my whip count as 1 weapon?
If a whip is a light weapon, you could probably do that.
It is. Yeah, it's the same class as the martial finesse weapon.
Yeah, so it looks like it's a finesse weapon, but it is not a light weapon. So,
Okay.
unfortunately, just doing that would be the only attack you could make. Do you want to move at all, or just kind of stay there?
Yeah, I will back up just a smidge and like
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
All
can
right.
I pull my, since it's loose around him, can I pull my whip back, or
Yeah, I mean, I would say I'll leave it up to you. Do you want it loosely around him, or would you kind of retract it, seeing that he kind of shrugs it off for the most part?
yeah, no, I think I'd pull it back.
Yep.
But I think that's all I want.
All right. Sounds good. All right, then we have Fizwick.
Fizwick see that there's any oil on any of these 2?
No, you don't see any oil on either of them.
Fizwick's gonna go ahead and try to sneak around behind the Duergar.
Yep.
Mollinger. Can he do that?
Yeah, absolutely. So are you trying to stealth around there?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, I guess if you're going for your sneak attack bonus, you don't really need it because, because you're gonna get it from Grukvar being in front of him. So yeah, you can go ahead and do that, and then you can, if you wanted to attack, you may do that as well with your sneak attack damage.
Yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna sneak up behind him and then just pokey pokey.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so go ahead and make your attack roll.
Do I do that with my dagger or my rapier?
It's totally up to you.
Okay.
Yeah, your rapier would be your only attack. If you attack with your dagger, you could like do a 2-dagger attack, but yeah.
Rolled a 14
Okay.
on the rapier.
Yeah, let's see here. Ooh, unfortunately, that is not going to be enough to hit. So yeah, you kind of find, you poke and find a hunk of armor hiding beneath his cloak that was not immediately apparent. All right, anything else you'd like to do there?
I want to use my bonus action to nimble escape. I can hide as a bonus action.
Okay, so you just hit him, so you can't really hide right where you are, but you could potentially disengage as a bonus action
Let's do that.
and like move back here, for example.
Perfect.
Is that good? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that door is now open. It's a stone door. The doorways are pretty wide. They're 5 feet by 10 feet all throughout here. They're pretty large. All right, that brings us to the Duergar, and the first one here that is in the cage is going to enlarge himself, and you see before you just getting bigger and bigger, swelling. His armor seems to grow with him, and he is going to slam on the bars that Nikos is trying to hold shut. And let's see here. Strength is... Okay, advantage he gets because he is now enlarged. All right, so Nikos, go ahead and make an opposed strength or strength or athletics roll here.
Oh, Nikos, I can't hear you. Can you guys hear him?
No, I can't.
No, that's me. That's me. I was muted because I have the cats. But yeah, I would like to take a moment to remind everyone that I am a wizard. As I roll a 5.
Okay. Yeah, so you kind of, go boom, flying a bit back as this door bursts open and the Duergar moves out. And he is going to Well, I guess that was kind of his action, so he's not going to be able to do anything, but he is right there in the mix of you all. And he is just about as big as the ogre now, after enlarging. And the next one is going to do likewise. You just see, like, you know, just growing right before your eyes, these Duergar becoming massive. And this one is going to attack Grukvar with his war pick. All right, that is going to be a 19 to hit. No, 18 to hit.
That's my armor class is 18. So does that hit me? Or is that...
Yes, it does.
Okay.
And
that... also, I readied an action. Does that?
You will get to hit him as well.
That'll be a reaction to that. Okay.
Yeah. So this is going to be 11 piercing damage that you take from this war pick. And now you get to roll your attack against him.
Okay. All right. All right. I rolled a 21 to attack.
That is definitely a hit.
And damage is 10 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it hurts him. Is this, what weapon is this?
Battle hammer, bludgeoning.
Yeah, so I imagine you kind of just crush his knee a little bit, and he winces in pain. And anything else you'd like to do?
Well, that was a reaction, right? So it wasn't really my turn.
Oh, that's right. Thank you for reminding me. Yes. All right, so yeah, it'll be your turn again very soon after Nikos goes. You guys hear more commotion, but you don't see anything else happening here at the moment. All right.
So
Nope.
Nikos will turn.
Sorry, I lied. You guys do see, but there's not going to be any effect. I didn't realize how close they were. You do see a couple more Duergar just coming from where one just poked out right there. All right, another one behind him. Okay, go ahead, Nikos.
Nikos will say to Grukvar, "What do they mean? You're a traitor."
This is a clan from Owl Stomping Grounds. As far as they know, I was dead. I should never have shown my face around here.
You say that laughing?
No.
Nikos's memories sort of do that. So if you ever watch a movie, you know how there's like the zoom into the eyes and then a flashback. It's gone, shoo, and we're out in the cold in the winter, and Grukvar saying, "They're my kin. I should talk to them first." And back out to here.
Yeah, it's kind of like going into a place, you know, expecting to that, like, oh, you know, the way I look will help me here, and then they're like, wait,
Yeah.
they actually know me, and I did some bad things to them.
Hey, we know these guys. That guy's a dick. All right. All right. So now, as always, I am well known for bizarring out my GMs with random things. So I'm gonna reach into my pouch and I'm gonna pull out one bag of the 10 bags of peppercorns I bought, fling it into the air in front of the Duergar that is now giant and has a wider set of nostrils, and I'm going to fire a firebolt at my peppercorn bag.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
About to smell real good.
that headphone adjustment was the equivalent of like scratching his head.
And what does this do?
You tell me.
So where is your peppercorn bag?
The desired effect. The desired effect would be sneezing, blinding, coughing, pepper spray, kind of roasted peppercorns. You know,
Absolutely.
Kind
All of us.
Yeah, so I'm
Yeah.
thinking maybe the Duergar has to make a Constitution saving throw against perhaps being blind or stunned, maybe?
I can go with
Your
stun. I can
allergy.
get behind stun.
Where is that in? The
And
book?
there's the impact of your it's a firebolt, you said?
Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't be targeting him with the firebolt. I'd be targeting the bag specifically,
Yeah.
to disperse it. So I wouldn't say that he would take any of the damage from the firebolt.
Okay, I think he might, but yes, let's go ahead and have you roll to see if you can hit this.
All right.
What is the armor class of the bag of peppercorn?
Question.
We'll figure it out.
All right. Okay, so that's a 15 to hit.
Yeah, it has the desired effect. And which Duergar are you going for here?
I'm gonna go for the one between Clay and myself.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, it this kind of bang. And why don't you go ahead and roll your damage? I think he might take like half damage here from whatever the firebolt damage would be, and then we will also
Half damage would be 3.
Okay, so 3 damage, and all right, and then Constitution save, not great. So yeah, I'm gonna say he's gonna be stunned here. He just coughing and yeah, I like that. That's creative and interesting. All right, anything else you would like to do?
I would like to move a little bit away from him.
Why ever would you want to do that?
Just a teeny bit away from them. I'm gonna also look. How hard would it be to kind of squeeze past this guy, the guy next to me as well?
I would say you could definitely do that. Yep, if you wanted to move this way. However, you mean this way?
This way.
Yeah, so you would probably provoke an opportunity attack, however, from this one.
Okay, that's fine.
Unless you're moving to right there only.
Yeah, I'll move to. I don't know. You know, I'll stay here for the time being.
Okay.
But I have a plan for my next round, so that's fine.
All right. Very good. Yeah, I love how there's squares here, and I'm just totally ignoring the lines. Like, yeah,
Yep.
whatever. When we're all in a little cluster here, we're not going to follow those. All right. Very good. Then that brings us to Gruckvar next. So Gruckvar, you have just been hit by this Duergar. The other one is sputtering from the explosion of pepper in his face. What would you like to do?
Well, Druckvar is thinking about that. Can Fizwick see how big the arrow slits in that room are? Like, could everyone fit through it?
No, a creature would not fit through them for sure.
Okay.
Maybe Fizwick could, perhaps. All right, Gruckvar, what do you think?
I am going to cast Spiritual Weapon, and as I do so, like a ruby red sort of giant war pick kind of crystallizes out of the ground next to the Duergar that I've already hit, and it swings to make an attack
Nice.
against him.
Yeah, go ahead and make that attack roll.
13.
Oh, unfortunately, that is not enough to hit.
Okay.
So yeah, your spiritual weapon just kind of, he manages to duck as it takes this swing at him.
As a bonus action, I'm gonna move the weapon to the Duergar that's stunned. I can move it up to 20 feet, and swing again.
Okay, and you can actually make 2 attacks with it as well, or you can only move it? Okay.
However, I rolled an 11, so I guess that's another miss.
Yeah, well, no, you get advantage on this one because he is stunned.
Oh, really?
You can roll it again, yep.
Okay. Nice, I rolled a 22.
Okay, yep. That is definitely a hit, so go ahead and roll your damage on that one.
It's 11 points of damage.
Oof, man, yeah, so he is... and then just swing this weapon, this force just kind of... What kind of damage is that? Is it force damage? Or?
It's force damage, yeah.
Yeah, so it just kind of, blasts him and, sends him staggering a little bit more even now. All right, very good. Fizwick, anything else?
I
Clay's turn
would
next.
like to... No, I gotta stay right where I'm at, but I yell, a sunblight can always see reason. If you stop now, we can still fix this.
The one in front of you is definitely just you know, rage beyond rage. Nothing is sinking in.
You see my face get a little nervous.
Yeah. All right, that brings us to Clay next.
All right. Speaking of rage beyond rage, assessing the situation, I'm going to step back just a little bit so that I can still see around that Duergar in front of me. And I am going to rage.
What?
As I do,
No, wait. Just Clay never rages, right? This is like an event, right?
You have never seen Clay rage.
Yeah, this is like the first time he's ever raged, right?
it might be. I don't know. But as I
He
rage,
took an oath not to ever rage. Unless I'm
I
mistaken.
do recall that.
I didn't take an oath. I just said Nate wasn't allowed to.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
As I rage, you see the shirt under my jacket split open, and out from my chest comes a huge Nikos-like tentacle with an anchor on the front of it, like a ship's anchor. And it will shoot forward at the farthest Duergar. And unless he can make a DC 13 strength saving throw.
He misses.
All right, he gets pulled toward me, smashing him into the Duergar in front of me. And as he comes in, I'm going to raise my axe and try to plant it firmly in his forehead.
Okay. Yeah, so, and is this all within the realm of your action?
Yeah, so I get the pull is the automatic action of the
Yep.
the third appendage that I manifest.
Okay.
The rest of the attack is my normal attack.
Okay. So you can go ahead and make that attack.
So
And is it against the one closest to you?
the one that I pulled.
Okay, the one that you pulled, yeah. So he'll be like right here then.
Yeah. So,
And I just realized the map says each square is 10 feet. But I can't make you guys any smaller here to accommodate that. So we're just going to go with 5.
that would be a natural 20 plus 5.
All right. Yeah, that is definitely a hit. So go ahead and roll that as a crit.
So that is a 9 damage.
Okay.
I'm going to, since I have both free hands, I'm going to swing my axe again. Second time got me a natural 1. Wait a minute, why did that? Hold on a second. That rolled funny. Now that it rolled correctly, it's still the hit.
So actually, I think you already used your bonus action to go into a rage. So,
Two-handed combat is not considered a bonus action, I don't think.
oh, okay. Yeah, if you have the two-handed combat thing.
Weapon fighting, I mean.
Okay. Yeah, you might be right on that.
But it was only an 8, so it doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
Um,
All right. Anything else?
no, that'll do it.
All right. Very good. Let's go to Fizwick. Fizwick, you are kind of hidden around the corner here. The door is ajar.
Okay. Can I cast a bonfire right over here to keep these guys kind of from coming any farther in?
Yeah, where did you want to cast the bonfire?
Right there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you could definitely... what's the range on that? And you'd probably have to move out to right here in order to do it, but...
And if I have to move, I can always use my bonus action to dash.
Is it Create Bonfire the name of the spell?
Yeah,
You know what the range is on that?
the 60 feet.
Okay, yeah, then
And
you can definitely do that.
This is a 5-foot area.
Yep. So there is now a fire, right? We'll just put this thing here. It's a spider, but there's a fire here. All right. Cool. Anything else you'd like to do?
tell the app maker to make a fire icon.
There you go. There might be one. I'm just not saying it. No, I don't think there is. All right. Excellent. Next up, we have Nikos. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Yes, so this Duergar that is rushing into the room is startled by this fire, and he is going to enlarge and leap over it, but he's not going to be able to move as far because he is using, because it taken him back. Not going to be able to get to Clay and attack as he was going to be able to. And this one, likewise, kind of just rushes through the fire, kind of taking a leap. And we'll just go ahead and roll for a tiny bit of damage for them here, a d4 fire damage as they go through that. Okay. So you see them rush through. They get a little bit of a lick of the flames, and record that here. All right, and then the two that are in the fray here. This one kind of shakes off the sputtering. You just see mucus kind of like coming out all over his beard as he's trying to get rid of this pepper, and he kind of shakes it off, and he is going to attack Clay, and the one next to him is also going to attack Clay. Now, are they grappled or anything, Clay? Or is the one? How does that work? Or does it just say it pulls them close?
They are grappled. However, I forgot that in my rage I get +2 damage.
Oh, okay.
That first hit, the first one that I hit, the one that I pulled, has 2 more damage.
Okay. Yep. Got it. Cool. All right. So, striking you with the war. Well, we'll see if they strike you with the war pick. They got a 9 and an 11 plus 4. So, what is your armor class, Clay?
16.
Okay, so they are both going to miss with their war pick, and I'm just gonna see if they have any other things I can do here. Man, that's it. Lame.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I'm sure you are. They wanted to crush you so bad. But yeah, they both miss their attacks with the war picks. And yeah, you're just kind of like, as these war picks just slam into the ground near you, and little cracks begin to form.
Got this weird belly rope coming out of me.
Yeah. Does when you go into a rage, does that do any like negative or penalty to you in terms of armor class or anything? Or no?
Not to armor class, no.
Okay.
I just I can't cast or concentrate on spells while raging.
Okay. Yep. Sounds good. All right. That brings us to back to Nikos' turn.
So just to clarify on the stun, do they unstun at the start of their turn or the end of their turn?
So I kind of did it where he was stunned for his whole last turn, so one full round.
Well, no, because I would have done it on my turn, and he just attacked.
No, you are right. Yes, so he should not. He should still be stunned. Yep, you were right. Thank you for pointing that out.
No, that's fine. I mean, it didn't make much difference. I just need to know because what I'm going to do now is more or less the same thing, but I'd like to aim the bag kind of between the two Duergar there. My intention is so that they don't provoke attacks of opportunity, because I'm going to ask everyone to get to where Fizwick is.
Yeah.
You just want to hear what a raging barbarian sounds like.
Oh yeah, it'll probably be like, true. So anyway, yeah. So, I'm going to throw another peppercorn bag and make an attack against it.
All right. At the same one?
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to try and aim it between the two, and I'm going to use 2 bags in the throw, hopefully to kind of get more of a space. But I'm hoping that the height difference from the giant-sized Duergar. I throw it up in the air and hopefully it won't. I mean, if it does hit the others, then I can't really measure it because I've never done it. But I mean, Nikos would have never done it before.
Yep.
I've got no measure of how potent I need to make these. That is a 24 to hit.
Yeah, that's definitely going to hit, and I'm going to have them make Constitution saving throws. And we've got... And what's your, spell save DC? We'll just use that.
My spell save DC is... So it's stat plus 8, right? Sorry, 8 plus... Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that would be a 12.
Okay, so one of them does make it, and we'll just say it's probably going to be the same one. I'm sorry, you stun the same one again for another full round, as the other one has a little more wherewithal to, maybe kind of move back enough to not take the full brunt of this.
Sure.
But yes, this one right here is still stunned.
Okay, then I'll tell everyone to quick get fall back, Fizwick.
Yep, and you could move past Fizwick if you wanted to. Yep.
I will. I'll move to here.
Right.
Is there anything else in this room, by the way?
No, I mean, let's.
It is soaked in oil. I was gonna try to see if we could maybe cram our way out the windows and get them all to come in, and then I would be outside throwing the oil in as they're all like, "Let's get them!" And
yeah, I would say there's probably a puddle of oil right about here, where Fizwick threw one in this window, or was it the other one? Anyway. One of those. And the only other thing you see is sorry. Oh man, I am so bad at Owlbear Rodeo. I really need to practice with this a little bit. There we go. It's not that hard. There we go. I'm just terrible at multitasking. All right, so that's what you see. There's a staircase leading up to another room here. I'm sorry, no, it would be down to another room here, actually.
Down to another
big,
room. All right.
This little stone. It says, "Nikos, we can escape. We got the oil."
All right.
I'll look at the oil and the tiny bars and go, "Yep, yep."
All right. Very good. Now it is Grukvar's turn.
So the Duergar next to me, is he the one that was not stunned?
The one next to you is the one that is not, yes.
Okay. I am going to call upon that ruby war pick once again that's floating in the air, and I'm going to launch an attack against him.
All right, very good.
Here, if you click it with something else that's red, it brings you home.
25 for an attack.
Definitely
So that's
hit.
a hit, I imagine.
Yep.
And it's 8 points of damage.
All right, yeah, so this Duergar, standing tall and, but, badly injured, drops to one knee, and then this war pick just kind of skewers him as he falls at your feet and says, Grukvar. And immediately just kind of shrinks back down, and a look of recognition resting on his dead face.
Okay. All right. I'm not even going to rest. I'm going to direct with my hand in a forceful motion the hammer over to the Duergar next to him and launch another attack.
Yep.
And I roll an 8.
All right, that is a miss.
Okay. I would like to follow Nikos into this other room.
Yep, excellent. All right, you may do so. And that brings us to Clay.
Okay, well, thanks, guys. So what's the one in front of me looking like right now?
He's pretty injured and sputtering, drool and stunned.
Okay. Oh, he's stunned still?
He is.
Okay. So then Okay, so as my bonus action again, I'm gonna use stretch line at the one that is not right next to me, but sort of in front of the approaching two, and try to pull him toward me. So 13 again from him.
Sorry, what did you say at the end there?
13 strength.
Okay. He rolled a 17 plus 4. Oh wait, he gets advantage too because he's enlarged. He got a 1 on the other one, so good thing for that 17. All right, so unfortunately he kind of resists being pulled.
Okay. That's fine. Then I'm just going to turn to the stunned one and use my 2-weapon attack.
All right. Yes, Michael.
Sorry, not to be that guy. If this is a strength, does this count as technically a strength check or strength save?
It has to, yeah.
Because stunned creatures automatically fail strength and dex save.
No,
Well,
you're right about that. Yep.
It wasn't a stun. I wasn't.
Oh, it was this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
that guy. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, my apologies. I misheard.
No worries. I thought I was wrong there for a second too, but.
So the first attack is an 18.
All right, that is a hit.
For 5 plus 2.
All right. Yeah, and actually you get advantage on that because he's stunned, so you can go ahead and roll another one just to make sure you don't get a natural 20.
No, I got an 8.
Okay, so the first one you did, how much damage?
7.
7. Got it. Okay.
Second one is an 11. Oh wait, I get advantage. Do I get
Yep,
advantage?
You get advantage. Yep.
22
All right.
for 11 damage.
Okay. 11 damage, you said?
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah. What does it look like as you take this Duergar down with your axe?
Oh, it's just, I mean, right through the forehead. Just
Yep.
clean. Just end it.
You're tall enough that you just reach up there and it's
What-
a high
yeah, what
reach,
is my-
but you
What
make.
is my height towards them? I mean, I'm nearly 7 feet tall.
Yeah, I mean they're probably just about a foot taller than you, I'm guessing.
Okay.
So yeah, not that much taller.
Not that I'm insecure about it or anything.
All right,
He's
so
like,
that's
"Stand
another
up."
Duergar
He's just
down.
All right, so I have not moved.
Yep.
So I will actually. I'm gonna sort of back up and sort of hold the hole of this hallway.
Yeah.
If I may go that far.
Yeah, you can go even further if you want to.
No, that's good.
Yep. Okay. Excellent. So that brings us to Fizwick's turn.
Can Fizwick see what's keeping that ogre in the cage?
It's a big lock and a chain.
Fizwick wants to go ahead and
If they open that cage, I'm gonna.
no, Fizwick is going to try to shoot his bow at one of the Duergar.
Yep.
And
Make your attack roll.
He's gonna roll a 14.
Clay spreads his legs, holds his junk, just in case an arrow ends up in the wrong spot.
Does Fizwick
And-
drop low?
And your arrow just kind of skids off the wall over here to the side, unfortunately.
I'll use my bonus action to like dash back and
Okay.
get behind Clay, and Fizwick just flies in the rock bar. He try to fly behind him and just grabs his arm and kind of swings around like he's almost on roller skates to get behind him.
Awesome. All right, and yeah, you can see into this room here, which goes down some stairs, and you could actually move further there if you want to, because that was your move, and now you also have a dash as a bonus action.
I'm gonna go ahead and get back a little bit farther. Can I get back in here?
Yeah, you could easily do that. Yep.
Let's do that.
All right. Excellent. Next up, we have the Duergar, and these two, who are now enlarged, are going to move. That one will get to you, and this one will get to you, but only this one is going to attack Clay. And that is going to be a 16 to hit.
I am 16.
Okay, so that is going to be a hit with the war pick for... Alright, that's just going to be 8 damage as his war pick.
I have resistance, so I'm going to take 4.
Yep, excellent. And actually, yeah, I think that's all they're going to do there. All right, very good. Next up, we have Nikos. You're up.
I will. Grokvar, do you have any ranged attacks?
I do.
You
I
do?
have a crossbow.
Okay. I'll ready an action so that when Clay comes past the door to slam it shut and secure it.
All right,
Good thinking.
very good. And you want to do anything else?
No, that's it.
Excellent. It is Grukvar's turn.
Okay. I've still got my spiritual weapons at the ready, and they were kind of like by that cage, that second cage there by the ogre. So I think they're close enough that they could make an attack on this, the northernmost Duergar.
Sure. Yeah.
So I'm going to attack, and that's 22. So I assume that's a hit
Yes.
for 5 points of damage.
All right.
And then I'm going to shift the ruby war pick over and attack the other Duergar.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a 20
Also a hit.
to attack and 11 points of damage.
Ooh, 11. Dang. All right. Big hitter. All right. Next up. Yeah, so they're both just... This ruby weapon is just kind of whooshing through the air as they're kind of distracted by Clay in front of them. And that is going to bring us to Clay's turn.
I would like to reward one of our chat members by asking the question, are those cages against the wall movable by any chance?
Are they movable?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say they're, heavy, but you could certainly try to move one. They're pretty large because they can fit an ogre or a Duergar enlarged.
Okay. Okay, never mind. That probably wouldn't work then. So I am going to just two-hand attack, or two-weapon attack, one axe to each.
Yep, go for it.
Ooh, that's bad. 8. Not hit, I'm assuming.
Yeah, no. The number to get is a 16.
And a natural 1.
Shoot. Okay.
All right, so I whiffed those two, so I'm just going to back through the door. How far can I go?
Okay, you will provoke an opportunity attack from both if you do so, but
Yep.
you could certainly do it. So you could... We're just treating every square as 5 feet, even though the book says 10, so...
Around the corner here.
Yeah, you can move around the corner.
Okay.
All right, so 2 war picks slam down. 13 and a 12. So let's see what that does. That's a 15. No, I'm sorry. Oh, unfortunately, they both just hit a 16 and a 17 with the war picks.
Okay.
As we will take... Oh, dang, I'm sorry. 14 damage from the first one.
Okay.
And holy... I rolled 2 8s on the 2d8. 16 plus. 20 damage on the second one.
Okay, so that's...
Oh, wait. 16 plus 2. 18 damage on the second one.
So, what's the total?
So, what did I say on the first one? 12? Or 14?
14, you said, I think.
14 plus 18 is 32.
So I take 17.
Okay, yeah, resistance. Yep,
16 points of damage.
sure. I don't know if you round up or down. Wait, no, 16 is right. Yeah, 32. You don't
32,
round.
just chop it right
yeah.
now, it's 16.
Yep,
Then I
16.
back up.
Ooh, man, thank goodness for that. All right. Very
Oh,
good.
and also, didn't Nikos ready in action so that the door would slam? He'd slam that door shut as soon as Clay got through it.
Indeed.
Yep.
The door slams shut. Heavy stone door, obviously movable, but all right. Yeah, and Nikos, would you put your weight on it, or how do you think?
Yeah, so is there a bolt or a latch or something for this door?
That is a good question. I don't think there are any like locks. They're just big stone doors. Let me check here. Yeah, no, there are no bolts or anything like that on them.
I know it's
All
not
right.
my turn, but I could freeze the door shut.
Yeah, that'd be good.
It's up to me.
Yeah, on your
Well,
next
that was
turn, you
my
can
that was
absolutely
just
do
my ready to action.
Yep. Okay. So next up we go to Fizwick.
Fizwick wants to throw yet another thing of oil, but he wants to throw it right about right here. He's anticipating everybody's gonna flee through, and he just wants to get optimal fire coverage in there. He's still got his torch.
All right. So where are you throwing it? Sorry, I'll put a token out and.
Right here right here. Yeah, that's good too.
Right,
There
you
you
can
go.
feel free to move it where you want to, but
Yeah, perfect.
okay. Cool. So flask of oil there, you said?
Yep.
Yep. All right. Excellent. Next up, anything else you'd like to do?
Nope.
All right.
Everybody's. I want to be cool too. Can I ready a turn so I can throw my torch, or do I have to just say that in the next turn?
Yeah, you'd have to say that to the next turn because you already used an action to throw
Love
the.
is
Did you just cover the only way down those stairs with oil?
in front of it?
Yep.
Just
Yep.
turned into a Three Stooges episode.
Yeah, I did.
That'll just get us down there faster. As far as I'm concerned.
There you go. All right.
I'm going on my bottom.
All right, that brings us to the Duergar here, and 1, 2. This one is going to push open the door. Well, I don't know. Nikos, would you be leaning against it?
Yeah, I'll be leaning against it to begin
Okay, let's do another opposed strength check. There's a chance.
with. Yay!
Oh, he rolled a 2.
So what do you get? Like a 41?
Yeah, it's no.
All right, I got a 6.
Oh, I forgot. He's enlarged, so he gets advantage.
Yay!
It's a natural 20.
That's the Alan.
Oh no!
Do I fly into the next room?
Boom! Nico's back against here as this Duergar pushes the door open. The other one you can see is right behind him here, and this one right here is going to undo the latch pulls out a key and undoes the latch. And now that we have involved another foe here, I hate to do it, but we are getting pretty late here, and this, no spoilers or anything, but there are more hostile creatures in this area, so I think we're gonna have to call it a night here and leave that on the cliffhanger as an ogre zombie lumbers out of this cave, and the Duergar seems to be kind of, motioning and speaking to it in a language only it understands, probably, as it kind of boom, boom, and the Duergar is right behind it there. Everyone, please remember how many hit points you have. That's going to carry over to next time. We'll start where we are, spell slots, etc., as 3 large creatures are now bearing down at you. Yes. Well done, folks. Some really interesting strategies there, both for maybe not so good, and then some really brilliant stuff too that I think more than made up for some of the foibles along the way that are just bound to happen. So,
You mean like setting a tower on fire before we even...
good stuff. So, yes, there is still one invisible Duergar unaccounted for, I will just remind you, it does not appear to be one of the ones that is that headed up here. That one seems to have disappeared right about here, so keep that in mind as well. Great, thank you guys for that. We have lots of adventure to come. I'm kind of bummed that we have to wait 2 weeks to resolve this, but it's getting pretty late, and I know we have work in the morning, and Michael has work in the day, Australian. So, yeah, we want to thank everyone for joining us so much. Any last words before we sign off today, guys?
Thanks, everybody.
I have one too.
Cool. Well, yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Make sure you check out Hero Forge, heroforge.com, our sponsor. They're awesome. Check out Dark Sea Workshop and Dead Aussie Gamer. Links down in the video description to Michael and Will's stuff. And yeah, everyone have a great evening. We'll see you again in 2 weeks' time. Goodbye.
Bye.